Pulling a doubleheader tonight. We got Shamrock in here already, Jonathan in here. What's up, Jobins? How you guys doing? Shout out to Mike Storey for a great show. If you missed that one, go tune into that after this stream. 2-hour show in ambiguous backfield battles, all the shitty teams that don't know what they're doing at running back. We want to figure out who to draft, who's worth drafting. Are we fading backfields completely? Are there some very good values? That was a great segment. I think we came out on top with the Steelers being probably the backfield 2 target. But still, we have a lot of stuff to parse through here the next month or so before preseason starts. What's up, Mouth? I'm thinking we should probably get a fast puppy. It's going to be hard if we have a lot of people in here to draft with us because the fast puppy tends to fill very fast. That's why they call it the fast puppy. But who's winning a draft? Mouth, you're in. I'm guessing Shamrock's in. Team Money, you want to draft with us? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat who wants to draft with us. If we have 7 or 8 people, we can just hop in a sit and go and make sure we all draft together. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Connor's in here. What's up, Connor? Connor's down. Sub to chat. Yeah, I do that every once in a while. A lot of shows only do that, but I also like to keep it to these late night streams. Let's keep it more intimate. If they want to sub, they want to get involved. Hell yeah, definitely down. MVP is in here. He's going to draft with us. Shout out MVP, a fanatic in the Patreon, my boy. Derek's in here. Fanatic in the Patreon, my boy. Connor is a professional in the Patreon. Our new boy, Connor. Shamrock's cool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So maybe we hop over to the $5 sit and go. Let's see. Let's hop over here and see how many are in there. Because we're going to pretty much fill this fucker. Well, I'm the only one. So I'm going to back out of that, apparently. Maybe the $3 is probably best. I just don't know if we're all getting into a puppy. Be my guess. This will be hard to. Let's get over to Underdog real quick. Back out of that. Active. Sometimes the lobbies lie. It said it was 3 or 4 people in there. So let's get to the $3 2026 slate. Let's hop over here. There we go. 2 people in there. Got bit by a brown recluse spider. Oh, that's a spider, right? Holy shit, man. That's it's not cool. That's not cool. $3 sit and go. We'll do the puppy later if we do another one, if there's less people in here drafting with us. But currently with 8 of us, that's almost enough to fill up an entire league. So Team Money, you going to draft with us? We need a couple more. Need 6 more people. We'll give it a couple minutes. If it takes a while to fill, we'll just say fuck it and take our chances with – it's the $3 Shamrock, $3 12-team sit and go under the 2026 slate. Make sure you're not under like Superflex or Sprint season. It's going to be 2026. There is 6 out of 12 full right now, so you'll be the 7th one. I saw 311 and Dirty Heads last night, and, Dirty Heads are always a pretty good time. I'm a huge 311 fan. It's my 21st show I've ever seen of them. The worst show I've ever seen from them. It was a lot of the music was great. Obviously, they're one of the most professional bands, and they always sound amazing. Energy was still good, but they're co-headlining this tour, so they only played 17 songs, which I knew going into, but it was the most generic fucking set list of all time. This thing sucked, bro. Just Come Original and fucking Amber and, dude, all the songs I hate. Like, 311 has so much depth and, like, so many B-sides and 14 albums. 15 if you count their original album. 15 albums worth of material, and they're playing the same shit that we've all heard. So a lot of 311 fans are disappointed. Might be my last show from them. I'll probably go see 311 Day, which is a 2-day event where they play all the awesome shit, the deep cuts. But probably it for me for 311. I mean, I've seen them 21 times. It's like, at this point, I don't want to go see songs I've seen played 17 times. Like, I'm good, bro. Oh, it's still a great time, though. Went with Kappa. You guys have seen Kappa on here in the chats. Him and his future wife, and then me and my wife met up with a couple other people. Big Ray was up there. You saw in the Discord. So always a good time. The venue's hell to get in and out of. But other than that, though, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you got to have fun. If you go to a concert, you don't have fun, you have a stick up your ass and you suck. So we need 3 more people. You know what? I did not do the chug for the Super Chat goal on the last show, so let's do it now. And per usual, I'm going to race myself, see if I can beat myself. So here we go. It's a full guy right here. Let's see who wins the race.
Here we go.
I don't know who won. It was close. I think I lost. That didn't feel that smooth to me. Waiting on 3 people. Play a clip and pour one more brewski. All-time clip. All-time Cosby right there. All right, waiting on one person. 1 spot left, guys. It's the sit and go. We did not do a puppy because we have 8 of us in here drafting from the chat. So $3, 12-team sit and go. 2026 slate. It's right below the tournaments. Can't miss it. Hop in there. Why not? One more to start. Oh, excuse me. I love PPR, man. You know I'm a PPR guy. I'm pretty high on JT, man, because I take JT at 6 all the time, and sometimes he falls to 7. So I am probably at a 13% on JT, which, because this is Underdog and it's half PPR, I'm only at like 4% CMC. Now, if it was DraftKings exposure, I would be flopped on CMC and JT. I would have, 15% CMC and only 4 or 5% JT. So it's kind of scoring dependent. I know Storey always jokes about I put too much stock into PPR versus half PPR. Dude, it makes a big difference. 30 points is a big difference at the end of the year. It's literally fucking 5 touchdowns. So here we go. Let's get this going. So Mouth is at 1. Connor's at 2. Derek's at 5. I am at 7. Shamrock's at 9. Phantom's at 10. Anyone else in here that I did not see? Let me know if you're in here. I did not mention your name, what pick you're at. Tell us so we know. Maybe I'll mix it up and take CMC here if they're both available. Very, very standard start right there with JSN going 5. Again, this is not a tournament, so we're going to get JT again. What do you know? So much JT. Mouth with a nice number 1 pick there. I'm more scared of Mouth at number 1 in a tournament because he's smart enough to go Gibbs and then make it a Lions team and really dive in on the stacks. What is your JT exposure, Connor? Are you high on him or low on him? Goes Genty at 10. Again, super standard here so far. Should get a good player for sure coming back there at the pick 18, sorry. The nice advantage of going CMC over JT at that spot, though, is if you're into Derrick Henry, which I'm into Derrick Henry, JT and Derrick Henry have the same bye. So essentially, you're going to go RB with Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry, and then you have them both with the same bye week, which it's fine. It's not the end of the world, but I'd much prefer to have 2 separate bye weeks. Yeah, 7% is fine. I mean, 8% is average, so you're just a little bit below board on JT, but that could be very well based on your draft position, right? If you're getting pick 9 a lot or you're getting pick 4 a lot, like I'm not into reaching to for any player really way above ADP in the first couple rounds. I feel like you're giving away value there. Where I want to reach for guys is later in the draft. To get my stacks, and in general, if I really like a player, I will reach up to 2 rounds for a guy I love. Not going to reach 4 picks in the first round for somebody because I do enough of these drafts. With volume, you take ADP value, and then the rest of your draft, you can start reaching for guys. All right. I get a good running back here with a running back start. Again, this is a sit and go. This is not a puppy, so stacking is not nearly as important. There goes Chase Brown. So we might have that same buy situation with Derrick Henry if he falls. He does not fall. We will take Devin A-Chain there. I definitely do prefer Derrick Henry to A-Chain, though, in half PPR. I do like A-Chain more than Chase Brown, though, in half PPR. Kenneth Walker at the turn, though. So Kenneth Walker goes pick 13. Seems a little high. I'm a big Kenneth Walker guy, but I'm not taking Walker over Barkley. I'm not taking Walker over Henry. There goes Bowers. So should have a nice spot. Picking at 7 is really tasty. You're right in the middle of the board. You don't have to wait too long for each pick to come back to you. And I like the 307 and the 48. I like those 2 spots. You're going to get a really good receiver there at 31. Chance that you get a good running back as well. Typically you don't, but you'll get a good option at 42. What I don't like is 25 to 27. I feel like that's the George Pickens range. And you end up having to reach for McBride if you want to go tight ends. It's Jeremiah Love, who I'm not against. It's Rashee Rice. I do like Devonta Smith. Sometimes Smith goes in the second round, though. So there goes Smith in the second round, as I said it. Connor with a nice snag there on Devonta Smith. We'll see what Mouth's going to go Pickens and McBride. It's Pickens McBride here for Mouth. See how well I know my listeners. Rashee Rice. Okay. And maybe this is just Pickens and Rice. Oh, Breece Hall. Okay. Should have known that one. I thought you were off Breece Hall a little bit, but compared to how high you were on him earlier. Mouth loves the Jets, and he loves Breece Hall.
Don't think just because I got a lot of money, I'll give you taco flavored kisses, honey. Fulfill all your wishes with my taco flavored kisses. Taco, burrito, taco.
Mouth wants Breece Hall flavored kisses. That's his flavor, man. I don't blame you. I love the player in Breece Hall. And I like the Jets offense based on how they're getting valued. What I don't like is Braylon Allen being there, and I'm a big Braylon Allen fan, and Isaiah Davis is also kind of a dog, man. So, if this is a pseudo 3-way committee where you get 10% Davis, 20% Braylon Allen, I know 70% is nice, but who's getting the goal line carries in New York? It should be Braylon Allen. Half the goal line carries should go to Braylon Allen. He's 250 pounds. They like Braylon Allen still. He's still only 22 years old, I think. All right, we're up in 2 picks. Pick 31. There is some receivers I don't mind on the board. Trey McBride's already gone. We could consider taking – there goes Kyron. We could consider taking Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers is probably that. Jeremiah Love falls to Sunday Thunder. Derek, the American sniper, at pick 29. That's pretty tasty, dude. It's pretty tasty. We're just going to take Chris Olave. Let's take a safe player. I think Chris Olave is very safe this year. I don't love his upside. This is not a tournament. This is a sit and go. So give me the safe option there for my wide receiver 1. Hey, Derek, when does school start for you, man? When is your vacation over? Because Derek has been tuning into probably 90% of these shows, and that might sound like not that much to some of you. We're on pretty much 3 or 4 hours a night. So 90% of that is a hell of a lot of consumption. And I do appreciate you, Derek. Just wondering when school starts, man. When is the vacation? Your nice long vacation? Way too soon is probably what he's going to say. I'm guessing 3 weeks? Live it up now, brother. Live it up now. You should be close to retirement, right? You're 51. 8 more years, 6 more years of this? I know a lot of teachers work forever. My mom's a teacher, and she's 67, and she wants to teach till she's 80. I'm like, Jesus, retire, Mom. Chill. Retire. Have some margaritas. Malik Neighbors off the board at pick 38. Oh, August 1st. All right, man. You got 2.5 weeks. That's fine. Well, we're going to get Javonte Williams at a crazy value, guys. Javonte Williams in the middle of the 4th round in a sit and go. Tommy Likey. Tommy want wingy. I wish this was more than this. Wish this was like a $50 sit and go. You qualify retirement in 2 weeks. Do it now. Just fucking with you. I know you lose out some of your high-end pension stuff there. So 5 more years, man, that's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. You've been teaching for what, 30 fucking years now, almost? So let's just give a shout out to all the teachers out there. It's a underappreciated job, underpaid job, and especially now with the kids, like there's not a lot of respect level there. So you got to deal with some. I'm sure there's a lot of good kids out there. I get that, but there's some shit you got to deal with. So, you know what Derek should teach? He should teach fucking best ball. do that. Bring that to your school. He's been doing it not even a full year. He just started this year, and he coined the nickname. He is the American Sniper. So, you're qualified to teach this shit, man. I'll give you that. Judkins, Swift, Jamison Williams. I think the most like underappreciated positions would be obviously police officers for sure, military, but nurses and teachers are 2 of the ones that don't get the credit they deserve. And they're the front lines, man. Nurses especially, goddamn, like they get the shit. They got to deal with fucking asshole patients, asshole doctors, talking down to them. They don't get paid nearly enough. They have crazy hours. At least teachers get summers off. Now that sucks for their pay, but you could always get another job. I wouldn't advise you. I would want to enjoy my summers off. But you know what? Derek could do OnlyFans. Derek, I'll set that up for you, my dude. We'll set you up with a nice OnlyFans account. And you're a good-looking dude. You can do it. I don't know how much money you'll make. You might have to actually lose money, but you'll be out there. You'll put yourself out there a little bit. So probably Devontae Adams. Colson Loveland's available. Man, do I pull the trigger? I'm going to pull the trigger on Loveland way after ADP. I wanted Devontae Adams. I was fine with him. But I like the receivers coming back. And I think Loveland's better value there than what Tyler Warren would be in the 6th round. So I don't love taking early tight end here in a tournament. But in a sit and go, I want the safe and steady points at every position. Outside of a receiver, I'm very confident I'll get the quarterbacks. So, yeah, we're good. Who has Bymageddon? Is that Derek has 3 players in Bymageddon right now. Hendy, London, and JSN. Another reason why we should be taking Puka Nacua over JSN, the same reason I tell you guys about Bijan versus Gibbs. Bijan week 11 bye, JSN week 11 bye. Like, pairing up JSN and London, I do like that start, but having 2 players in week 11 bye right away kind of sucks. Yeah, man, paramedics are definitely the front line. I got buddies in Canada, not American paramedics, but I hear some wild-ass shit from them. They're day-to-day stuff. There's a lot of days where it's just chill. They're firefighters essentially, but same thing. And yeah, it's you got to see some shit, and like a lot of people aren't equipped. It's hard to fall asleep in general for me personally, but a lot of people have trouble sleeping. Like seeing the shit you see as a paramedic, firefighter, like that stuff stays with you, man. Like that definitely stays with you. Mouth had a knife pulled on me at work today. Jesus, you should have pulled a knife on him, man. Team money working retail is rough. Yeah, retail. Talk about time going by slowly at work. I worked retail for a little, not so much retail, but at Meijer. So I guess it kind of is as a cashier. Worst job I've ever had. That was unreal. No, thank you. And we're just going to pop in. This is a sit and go. Give me Joey B, Joe Burrow. Again, I only have one receiver. Not ideal. We'll fill it with some high floor guys there to fill this team. Dude, yeah. Paramedic in Vegas, of all places. Yeah, dude. You see crazy shit just sitting in people watching in a hotel. So that's rough. That's a wild place. Vegas is one of the craziest places in the world. At least in the country. How about that? I can say that. I've been quite a bit of places in the country, and there's only one Vegas. I'm sure Branson, Missouri is pretty weird too because it's in Missouri. And it's like the mini Vegas, as they say. Derek, this is not a weekly winners, okay, or a eliminator. In those situations, dive into week 11 buys. We talked about that before. I'm half kidding. You'll make it work, but that's a lot. You have 4 of your 6 players week 11. It's going to cost you some points, but I think you can make it work. You probably can't take many more. I think I actually can get Torrey Horton and or Rashid Shaheed in this one. Yeah, I caught myself on that one because, I mean, the Middle East exists in the world. So, yeah, definitely caught myself on that one. The U.S. is pretty tame besides the gun violence. Like, there's some crazy shit in the South for sure, but U.S. is pretty tame compared to what you see across the ocean there. Even south of the border, you know. Canada's really chill, though. From all accounts, like, Canada is super chill. How is Branson, Team Money? How is it? Is it I've never been there. I think maybe as a kid I went there, but not as an adult. Man, this wide receiver situation is grody. It is fucking grody. Mekhi Lemon? No, not going to take Mekhi Lemon. Alec Pearson, a sit and go. I think I'm good on that. So we're just going to take a safe option here in Cortland Sutton. Let's just take it. That's really bad. Cortland Sutton is your wide receiver 2. Is not. If this is a tournament, I'd be really upset. In a sit and go, I'll make this work with some high floor guys. But, man, we got Burrow. We got Loveland. We have 3 awesome running backs, JT, A-Chain, and Javonte Williams. So probably just a 4 or 5 running back team. Just a 2 tight end team. Just a 2 quarterback team. So I'm going to have 10 receiver spots to play with here. So we have the endorsement of Branson. We should go to Branson. Seems like fun. Probably a lot cheaper version of Vegas, right? I agree with that, Connor, in a half PPR especially, because Vegas has Cortland Sutton's touchdown number at 7.5. So all they does is catch touchdowns. Now, the volume would be less, but Jalen Waddle, if anyone's demanding double teams, it's Jalen Waddle and not Cortland Sutton. I just think Sutton's a very boring player, and it's just not an exciting click, especially in a best ball where you're looking for upside. Season-long upside, no. I think he has some weekly upside with touchdowns, obviously. So people just don't like making that click. They want to take Mekhi Lemon. They want to take Alec Pierce. They want to take DK Metcalf. You can't do that, Derek. No more week 11s. You can't do it. We have to draft wide receivers. There goes J.K. Dobbins. Sorry, R.J. Harvey. Same player. Storey really hates R.J. Harvey, dude. So we're going to take this nice little value on Jaden Reed. Definitely fits my team. Very boring wide receivers. Very, very boring. Keep on queuing up these wide receivers. Tucker Kraft's a goat, man. We just got to pray he's healthy for us drafting Tucker Kraft. I think he will be. I think he's playing week 1. But, playing week 1 and being healthy are 2 different things. I trust in that guy. He's young enough. He's athletic enough. I think Tucker Kraft's one of those guys that's such an elite athlete that if he's 80%, 80% of Tucker Kraft is still a pretty elite athlete, and that's what we're going to bank on. The consolidation of the target tree there is great. No more Doves, no more Wicks. You got some injury-prone receivers there, and Jaden Reed has not stayed healthy either recently. And then, we all know about Christian Watson. Matthew Golden got banged up too as a rookie. So you got 3 guys that have injury history at the wide receiver position. And Tucker Kraft does not. I mean, he had the ACL, but that was a fluky-ass injury where it was an offensive lineman or defensive lineman, like, pretty much took out his leg. Like, Tucker Kraft's a badass, dude. Tucker Kraft was the definition of a league winner last year before the injury. I cried when he got hurt. So, have our tight ends. I don't need to reach on one here. Jackson Dart off the board. This should probably be Patrick Mahomes, this next pick. Patrick Mahomes will be off the board. If not, I consider taking Patrick Mahomes. 10 picks after ADP. Pair him up with Joe Burrow and just call it a day at quarterback. All right, that saves me from taking Mahomes. I didn't want to do it, but I also don't want to give value to anyone else, so that's fine. Let's keep on taking these boring wide receivers just to fill out this lineup. Again, in a sit and go, I'm just taking guys I know have high floors with this receiver or this team that I'm constructing right now. Guys I know are going to be on the field. There goes Michael Wilson. There goes Pittman. So I really don't. Let's make this a floor option with Matthew Golden. I'll have 2 receivers there in Green Bay. I feel like one of them should pop off each week. It does suck they have the same bye. Those are the only 2 guys I have that week 11 bye so far. I feel like hedging there is in a tournament, you would never do that unless you had Jordan Love. In a sit and go, I'm kind of on board with taking 2 receivers from the same team. And yeah, it's going to suck if they have a defensive touchdown. They only score like 10 points, but I just need like guys that are going to score 9, 10, and 11 points to fill my wide receiver 3 with the running backs, quarterback, and tight end I have. And then there's still some really good options here. There's some really good options at running back, too. Luckily for me, man, I told the story a million times, Team Money. That was the most shares. I think the most shares I've ever had of a player. Definitely volume-wise, I was in 36 leagues. I had 19 Tucker Kraft shares. And luckily for me, I had Harold Fannin in 12 of those. So I almost had all of those covered with Harold Fannin. Now, Harold Fannin was not a one-to-one replacement, but he was pretty damn good down the stretch. If it wasn't for Fannin, though, I would have been tanked in a lot of those leagues. And it's weird to say I was tanked because it was a 9th-round pick in Tucker Kraft. But the value in what he was doing in those games, you had a top 5 tight end. In my mind, a top 3 tight. He was a top 3 tight end in terms of stats. To lose that was insane because Kraft was right on that border of, if you draft a top 5, top 6 guy, you just don't back him up in most leagues. Now, these are deep leagues I'm playing in public leagues where there's no trades and there's 18 rounds, so everyone's backing up their tight end. But if you take an early guy, you're waiting until like the tight end 20 range, tight end 30 range. And that's where our boy was going. Harold Fannin, he was mostly a free agent pickup in most, but not in mine. I was drafting him just because I loved the versatile nature of Harold Fannin. I truly believe that they were going to shut down David Njoku last year. And actually, I thought they were going to trade Njoku, and they ended up just kind of shutting him down with that soft injury he had. But it's Harold Fannin, man. Love Harold Fannin. We need another receiver, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I would have taken a tight end if he was there. Matt Stafford still available? Nope, he is not. There goes Matt Stafford. Let's take another Week 11 bye. I don't love doing it, but I love the player. I'm getting really warm on Casey Concepcion, guys. I think it was Hastings coming on the show last Friday. Just made a lot of sense because I had Concepcion as my number 1 receiver. I actually had him ahead of Jordan Tyson and obviously ahead of Carnell Tate. I'm not a big take guy. I had a Lemon as a prospect. So I know the situation sucks, yes, but it's better than it was last year. They have 2 quarterback options, Aaron Sanders and Watson. I'm warming to Concepcion being awesome. Yeah, I like Fantrax, the format, I like the sites, but it's the best in the business when it comes to the public leagues. It has the lowest rake percentage. So I used to play FFPC, and FFPC would take like 14 or 15% of the buy-in. Fantrax takes like 9% or 8%. So it's 8%. So it's one of the buy-in. So I do a lot of $250 leagues. So 12 teams, $250 league. There's only $250 out of the total pay, the payouts. So Fantrax is so standard. A PPR, 12 teams, 3 receivers and a flex. So pretty deep leagues, no trades, which I do like with public leagues. You can't be having trades allowed with random people. Like they will tank the league. They can collude with each other. So my mind, Fantrax, that's all I play. I might play a couple of FFPC leagues this year just to spread it around. FFPC is tight end premium. If you don't know what tight end premium is, it's 1.5 per catch for a tight end, 1 per catch for running backs and receivers. I don't like Yahoo because I could be wrong on this, but Yahoo allows trades. And I am not playing a public league against random people that can communicate with each other, for instance, with trades, because someone's out of the league. They could just trade a bullshit trade. There's vetoes and stuff, but like I just don't trust it. I don't trust random people controlling the league, right? We have a big enough issue with like our home leagues with this stuff. So Fantrax is the most legitimate site, and I've been trying to work with Fantrax to have them sponsor me. It's like, dude, I stream, like not a lot of people stream redrafts and high money redrafts. Like they do like 1 or 2. I do fucking 30. I do 40 of them total, and I stream about 32 of them. It's like, I am going to promote your product as I'm doing right now for free. I don't need much, man, but it's a nice partnership, and the guy is just throwing me for a loop. Whatever. You know what? That would make my life a lot easier to have some sponsors and some people helping me out, opposed to just all of you very generous people. We're grassroots. We're very grassroots right now. But that would be a way to actually make this work a lot quicker. We are up. We have to make a decision here at wide receiver still. We are still on the wide receiver situation. And we're going to have 2 really good options. So we have Jalen Coker available, but I think Baker Mayfield's probably the play. You know what? No, I have to go Coker. My receiver room is such trash. Let's take Coker. I'm making this receiver room work. I wanted Baker so bad. No way Baker falls back to me. I understand that. I'll make this a 3 quarterback team now. I think after Coker and Shaheed, I couldn't take Shaheed because the week 11 buys. It's all dart throws. I trust Coker's snap share, his target share. He's a number 2, not just number 2 receiver in this offense, guys. Jalen Coker is a number 2 option in this passing game. And I know it's not a high volume or a high efficiency passing game, and Bryce Young's 5'4". I don't care. Jalen Coker's getting 100 targets this year. He's probably having 70 receptions. It's high-end stuff for sure for projections, but I believe in Jalen Coker. I love the talents. Give me all the Jalen Coker. Another guy I'm definitely warming to. But I would definitely recommend Fantrax. Like if you're going to play public and I want to play a lot of leagues, right? And home leagues are a lot more work. So you have trades, you have just a lot more stuff going on in home leagues. And I also don't have that many friends. I have all you guys, but I don't have enough friends to do 10 home leagues. And I do 5 or 6 of my home leagues I've been doing for 15 years now. But I want to do 40 leagues. So the only way to do that is outside of these best ball leagues, which I love. I like 40 redrafts. I'm a degen, bro. So I want to play Fantrax. I want to play public leagues. And that's I do really good in those leagues, man. Last year, I think I a little bit more than doubled my money. So I put $5,000 in Fantrax. I think I got like 10,500 back. So 5,500 profit. Now, it does suck the juice. You do lose the juice. The home leagues, there are no juice, right? And that's part of it. But that's the same juice that you're paying for. It's actually less juice than you're paying for these underdog drafts. Fuck, I want to go Malik Willis, but I can't. I want to, but I can't. So now we can kind of get away from wide receiver. We took 5 straight receivers there. We got to figure out tight end a little bit. We need a bench tight end, a second tight end guy. We need somebody that's going to play. I want to only go 2 tight end build here because I have Colson Loveland. Yeah, the receivers are gross. So we're going to get a solid value at running back somewhere. What's our buy? 14, 6, and 13. So Let's take one of my favorite players to draft here, Isaiah Pacheco. Has the same buy as A-Chain, but I have 4 running backs now. Team's looking pretty good. Team money, my wide receiver room on ESPN Fantasy, CD, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Matthew Golden, Wandale, and Shaheed. Man, I love Wandale in a PPR especially, and I like Shaheed and Golden, but Shaheed and Golden for me are more best ball guys. They're not going to be trusted weekly. Like Golden could become that if he's playing in 2 wide receiver sets and he takes a step. Like Shaheed, as much as I'm a big Shaheed guy, and you know this, trusting Shaheed, that remains to be seen. I think that he's going to have a big year, possibly 700-800 yards receiving, possibly 5 or 6 touchdowns. It's going to be in the back of some really big games. Like think of Marquez Valdez-Scantling type stuff where it's like 4 games where he has 100 yards and a touchdown, but he also has 5 games where he has less than 30 yards. That's the problem. You never know when to start him. Although I still do like rostering him. But Shaheed, for me, is a guy I love in best ball. It's the definition of a best ball wide receiver. But I get down with that group, man. Neighbors, I think people are fading him too much. I think I can get by with him missing 4 weeks. And as long as he comes back, and there's 2 different things to say here. If he comes back and he's rushed back after 4 weeks, it's going to be rough because he's not going to be healthy for the next 4 weeks. If the 4 weeks is a precaution and they just want to protect him against himself and protect their 22-year-old investment who's a stud, like not just a wide receiver 1, like he is Jamar Chase level talented, then I'm fine with it because he comes back week 1, or it'll be week 5. We'll call it his week 1. Week 5, he comes back and he plays 70% of the snaps and he's almost back to full health. And this is speculation. I'm all in on Malik Neighbors in the 4th round, dude, because I can replace that with Jalen Coker. I can replace that with, Jacoby Myers. It's not going to be great, but it's going to give me potential wide receiver 3 numbers. If I could get Neighbors back and be 500, and then you just add Malik Neighbors to your team that's already 500 without Malik Neighbors, that's how you win championships. It's risky, for sure risky. Is Burrow and Stroud enough? Now, that's the question. It's a little light, but taking any other quarterback besides a round 17 quarterback makes it too heavy. So I think we're going to roll with Burrow and Stroud for now. Maybe we take a shot on, Tua or something, although I don't like taking the Browns and Falcons quarterback situation in a sit and go. I feel like there's more upside if one of them takes the job and keeps the job the whole year in terms of Penix and Watson and Sanders and Tua in a tournament, because a tournament, I want to shoot for upside. Like this, I want to be safe. This is a sit and go. Their stacking doesn't matter. I don't care about the fantasy playoffs. I don't need to score 1,000,000 points. I need to score more than the 11 other people I'm drafting against. There goes Juwan Jennings. So we have Phantoms and Shamrock ahead of me. It's all matchup. Is it full PPR? It's probably Wandale in general. Full PPR, it's Wandale for sure. Easy decision there. You're going to get wide receiver numbers from Wandale. Definitely early in the year. I don't like Wandale because you get early season stuff with Tate. He has to mesh with Cam Ward, and like he's still a rookie. Give me Wandale to start out the year. Half PPR, it's closer. I would still go Wandale, but in full PPR, definitely Wandale. And there goes TJ Hawkinson. Don't love seeing that. Let's take Dalton Schultz. Not a guy I like drafting very often. I need somebody. That Hawkinson pick, who did that? Shamrock. Nice pick. Savvy pick. I'm not as mad now. In a tournament, I don't like it when I get sniped when I have Kyler, for instance, but I have so much Hawkinson. I am at 50% on Hawkinson now. That is way too much. So you guys are saving me for myself, although I know it's going to be a good pick. Bottom line is I knew Kraft would be a good pick last year and ended up screwing me because he got hurt. So having 50% of any player is risky in best ball because you can't replace it. And every player, Hawkinson's old, and he's also his injury history. So, I'm probably a little too heavy on Hawkinson, even though I've never been more confident on a player beating their ADP in my life, honestly. I think Tucker Kraft was last year, but it was harder for him to beat his ADP because he was going tight end 9. Like, Hawkinson's going tight end 22. It's not a show around here without me talking about Hawkinson for like 3 minutes. Diggs on Kelsey, top three teams. Redskins. Oh, this is Redskins. Commanders, Chiefs, Ravens. Personally, I think Baltimore is best scenario and Washington is most likely. Yeah, both those are great. Chiefs is the worst situation. If we're talking about Stephon Diggs stock, like fantasy stock, the worst situation is definitely going to be the Chiefs because they do have more talent than these other teams. I think the Commanders, you almost got me doing it. Commanders are the best team because I trust the passing volume being higher there than in Baltimore. They're going to want to run the piss out of the ball, and I just don't think the Redskins don't have the running backs to do so. I mean, it's fucking Rachaad White and JCM. No way. Aaron Rodgers, gross. Let's take Adonai Mitchell. Don't love the back end of my draft here. These last 4 picks have not been ideal. I did like the stretch of receivers, though, with the team I had. Sutton, Reed, Golden, Concepcion, and Coker. So we'll see how it works out. There goes Kamara. I was hoping to get him to fall back. That's not going to happen. We need one more running back in the squad. I mean, it might be okay. We have JT, A-Chain, Javonte Williams, and Isaiah Pacheco. Guys, we just hit 2,940 subs. That means we've gotten 3 subs on this video. 7 more subs, and we hop in another draft. 20 more likes, we hop in another draft. 10 more Super Chat dollars, and we hop in another draft. Come draft with us. We do draft grades after every single draft with whoever's in it. We have about 7 or 8 people in here from the chat currently. So after this draft is over, we'll do draft grades A through F, and we will talk about what they did wrong, what they did right, what we like about their team, who had the best team, all those kind of things. Team by team draft grades. Running back room, Saquon, Etienne, Hubbard, and Charbonnet. Pretty nice balance there, dude. Love Saquon this year. Not a big fan of Etienne where he's going, but I'm a big Chuba fan. So Chuba and Saquon are 2 of my favorite players to draft. Definitely down on that one. Man, we need... This is round 16, huh? So I got to look at my team here. I might just go for running backs. Burrow, Stroud. This is tricky. I need another running back. I need another receiver and possibly another quarterback. I'm right on the fence with quarterback. Right on the fence. CJ Stroud and Joe Burrow. It's right there, man. It's probably best served to not take a quarterback here. Thinking about it, I don't like the running back options though. So I'm going to wait at running back. All the guys I want to take are like last round picks here. So I got to reach on somebody. There goes Wicks. There goes Washington. There goes Ridley. Ridley would have been great on this team. Nope, not doing that. Don't want to do that. There goes Sean Tucker. Fuck it. I guess we're going to solidify quarterback with Jacoby Brissett. I think I'm probably heavy on quarterback now. Just a smidge with Stroud, Brissett, and Joe Burrow. In a tournament, I would never do that. I would just roll with the 2 guys with Stroud and Joe Burrow. This is a sit and go. I want to make sure I have a good quarterback room because another running back room would be great. I think the wide receiver room came together okay, and I do have Colson Loveland. Done at QB. All right. Some of these dudes. There we go. Got 6 guys in the queue. Should be enough to get us all the way back around. All right. We haven't seen Helen Hunt today, have we? There's Helen. Hey, Helen, how you doing? You look fabulous. Look how cute she looks. One of her better hair days for sure today. Very, very good.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
Very fun summer. Keon Coleman off the board. Is that the American Sniper? It is not. Really warming to Keon Coleman in best ball in particular. Like, he's had 4 touchdowns the last 2 years. He should have 4 more this year. We'll take Mr. Ray Davis. If it lets me take him. Stupid phone. There we go. Ray Davis. And then all the receivers I wanted are off the board. We'll take some bummy dude here. Can't take Torrey Horton, unfortunately. That sucks. But we have some other options here. Brandon Ayuk's still available, guys. Anyone want a psycho on their team? Holy shit, it's rough. Can I take another week 11 bye? 1, 2, 3. So 4 out of 8. I think I can do it. If it's the best player on the board, it's the best player on the board. I mean, it's a rough spot right now at wide receiver. You guys just took everyone. Like Coleman, Bateman, Thornton. Those dudes are all last-round picks typically, so you guys are smarts. Drafted with a bunch of sharps here. We have 8 of us in here, 7 of us in here. So tough to get the guys I want. Take this guy. I wonder if someone's going to take Brandon Ayuk. I wonder if Ayuk plays best ball. He'd be so sad to see himself not get drafted when, 2 months ago he was getting drafted in the 12th round. All because he's a moron. Like, he has caused this ADP drop. Hey, Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk off the board. It's not a bad pick. I mean, I like it in a tournament much more than a sit and go because you might get 0. Let's go with a safe guy here, Christian Kirk. I feel like Christian Kirk is going to have a role at least for some games. I mean, pretty thin wide receiver room there in San Fran. Give me Christian Kirk. See how this team grades out. All right, draft grades here in a second. Before we get to that, do want to shout out to all of the Patreon members, all the community members. We love you guys. We appreciate you sticking through the offseason. The list is growing. Let's keep on getting this list bigger because the community is the best part of this show, this channel. Every other show is going to sell you a draft guide or all that kind of crap. We have the same kind of stuff. We have rankings. We have all those kind of things. You know what we also have is we're selling you on a community. And we have a slogan, the Professional Fanatics, where fantasy becomes currency. And fantasy is going to become currency for you if you join because you're going to get great information on the streams with all the guests, the community as well in the chat, even more in the Discord and what we're doing over there because we're available. Me and all my co-hosts are available 24/7. Specifically me. I'm always on there. I will help you draft. I will help you with trade questions, all that kind of stuff, as well as live appearances on the show. You want to come on this very live stream and draft some teams or talk about Helen Hunt's awesome hair or anything in the NFL? Boom. Done. We love having fans on the show. I believe we're going to have Keith on next week. We had Derek. We had Jonathan on. Mouth comes on quite a bit. Quite a bit of people coming on the show in terms of fans. Community fantasy leagues. We have a bunch of leagues available for you guys to play with us against me. I commission all of them. Mouth's going to commission one of them. We have a best ball league as well, a $50 sleeper one. We have one spot available for. Jay might have that one locked down, but until he gets in, it's available. Discord community, like I mentioned, is awesome. It's a great fantasy group chat. Free merchandise giveaways. I'm giving away hats and shirts. This is a Bob Ross shirt, but you guys can have this one if you want to. And access to the betting plays, boys. We 96 and 58 last year. We're winning a lot of money on these betting plays. So these are all player props. Also going to get Mouth's game plays, his line picks, his over-unders, and Mike Storey's college plays. You're going to get that. So if you're interested, hop over to professionalfanatics.com or go in the link in the description or head over to the website, like I said, and Patreon. Just search it on Patreon. It's super easy to find it. Once you join, I'll send you an email, get you in the community, get you all set up. There's less than 2 months of the season, guys, so this is the time to do so. Also, real quick, check out Downtown Sports. Downtown Sports, where sports come home. That is Mouth's program, Mouth and Beast. About 2 shows a week. They're on YouTube now as well. They're also on 23 other platforms. You can find them wherever you find your podcasts. Check it out. They're a little bit more real-life football than fantasy, but they cover a lot of different stuff. They have great guests. Ian Eagle, Noah Eagle, the Eagles, not the band, but just both the Eagles. You also get announcers. You get a lot of awesome stuff there. I'm on the show. I don't know how much of a celebrity I am, but to some of you guys, I am. Check them out. Just search on YouTube, Downtown Sports. You will find them. You guys ready for draft grades? Let's get it done. It's going to be starting with Mouth's team. He had the first pick. So, again, this is a sit and go. This is not a tournament. This is not a puppy. We have Caleb Williams, Malik Willis, and Cam Ward at quarterback. Jameer Gibbs, Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard, Dylan Sampson, and Braylon Allen. Rasheed Rice, Jalen Waddle, Mike Evans, Josh Downs is his 4. Higgins, Shakir, and Tyquan Thornton, Sam Laporta, Greg Dulcich, and Gunnar Helm. This is a very, very good team, Mouth. This is really balanced. I don't like 3 onesies with the upside you have of Caleb and Laporta, but the running back room shaped out pretty well with Chuba as your 3, Sampson and Allen. I don't think that's light at all. And 7 receivers, Downs, Higgins, Shakir, Tyquan. Dude, this is a fucking B+. This is a fucking good team. Very good team. I have no gripes with this team at all. The players you picked, the build, maybe 1 extra receiver and only 2 with one of the onesies, but that would be it, man. B+. Let me know in the chat what you think about this team. Again, this is a sit and go. Let me know what your grade is for this team. I think it's a B+. I think this is a pretty elite team. Might not be the best team in the league. We'll see, but it's going to be one of the top 3 for sure. This is a very balanced team. Upside floor, security, all the things we want in a sit and go team. You nailed it. Connor, Jalen Hurts, and Jordan Love. Solid as hell. Bijan, Bucky Irving, Rashad White, Chris Rodriguez, and Tank Bigsby. So a little light at the 3 and 4 spot, even though I like those players. So I think that's enough with Bijan especially. He's going to be in your lineup every week. Like the quarterback room there. Devonta Smith, Jamison Williams, DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy, McMillan, Tesla, Tank Dell, Bernard, Surratt with Trey McBride and Bretton Strange. Man, this is fucking really good too. I think it's right around Mouse team. So I'm gonna make Mouse a B looking at this team. I'm gonna give both these teams Bs because this is a really good team too. Might be more balanced, honestly, because the 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends, they're enough. Trey McBride is enough. I wish you had a better guy than Bretton Strange. Me personally, not really a Strange guy, but really good team, man. I don't love the back-end wide receivers, I suppose I'll say, Tank Dell, Bernard, and Surratt. Those guys take it away from the higher B range, A- range, but again, solid B. Good team. I think Mouse team has more upside than this team. Let's move on to the American Sniper, Chris Kyle's team here. Drake May and Tyler Shuck. We have Jeremiah Love, Travion Henderson, Kyle Monungai, Tyron Tracy, and Zach Charbonnet. JSN, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Alec Pierce is his 4. Michael Wilson, Travis Hunter, Ted Hurst, and Rashad Bateman with George Kittle, Juwan Johnson, and Terrence Ferguson. It's a pretty good team, man. The security you have for Kittle makes sense considering the injuries coming back from, so I like your tight end room. Travion, I don't love Travion as a 2, personally. Monungai's okay. At 3, Tyron Tracy, I'm cooling on a little bit, but I don't mind him there. And Charbonnet, I like Charbonnet much more in a tournament than I do in a sit and go. Because Storey just said he thinks it's week 9, he comes back. I think it's week 5 or week 6. And Drake May and Shuck. This is a little bit, I like the other 2 teams a little bit more. B-. Still, it's better than a C grade for sure. It's a good team. But I don't love the tight end room as much as I could have. And Travis Hunter, Ted Hurst, Bateman. There's some risk on this team the other teams don't have. So B-. Mouse going for an A grade. Let's draft again. I agree. B's for the first 2. B- for Derek. That's what I said. I think that's pretty fair. Thank you, Mouth. You also got yourself a beer chug right here. Here we go. Beer chug. Guys, after the stream, hopping over to YouTube. Well, you're already on YouTube. Hop over to Mouse Channel, Downtown Sports. Give them a like. Give them a sub. Give them a listen as well, and then you can decide what you want to do from there. But give them a chance, I think is the word. Give them a chance. See, I kind of phrase that okay? I'm an idiot. Okay, next team. Derek, still a good team. Again, I have you up here, so like you got to wow me a little bit. Maybe I'm being a dick, not giving you all A's, but still a good team. Not the C. When's the last time Derek's actually got a grade, a C grade? Which, again, guys, C is average, so B minus seems bad, but I can't remember the last time that Derek's got a grade in the C range. So, God damn it, Derek. We have my team. If I missed anyone's team, let me know. Okay, last week, so it's been a while. It's been a while. Good call. Here's my squad here. Joe Burrow, C.J. Stroud, and Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. JT, Devon A-Chain, Javonte Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, and Ray Davis at running back. We have Chris Olave, Cortland Sutton, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Casey Concepcion, Jalen Coker, Adonai Mitchell, and Christian Kirk at wide receiver with Colston Loveland and Dalton Schultz. So we waited at wide receiver a hell of a long time. In a sit and go, I don't hate this room. I have 9, right? Just 8. Seems like 9. I think I kind of saved it with Sutton, Reed, Golden, Concepcion, and Coker. I think Coker was a big pick for me. He's a nice floor play. And Mitchell and Christian Kirk. I do like Adonai Mitchell a lot. Christian Kirk, not a big fan of. But all the receivers were gone. Running back room's really elite. I might be too heavy at quarterback with Burrow, Stroud, and Brissett. I just wasn't totally comfortable with Burrow and just Burrow and Stroud with Burrow's injury history. It's a sit and go. You guys, I'm not going to grade my own team, so give me a grade for this team. Here we go. I think it's an okay team, personally. I'm going to move on. Let me know what the grade is for this team from you guys. Miles says B. Seems pretty fair. Seems pretty safe. We have Shamrock squad here. Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott, 7 and 14 bye, so no issues there. 2-5-8-3 build for Shamrock. It's this team, right? Shamrock. Okay. Chase Brown, Travis Etienne, RJ Harvey, Woody Marks, and Brian Robinson Jr. there at running back. Pretty good balance there. I'm not a big Etienne guy, but it's doable for sure. And Harvey was a nice pull there for your 3. CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, DJ Moore, Wandale Robinson, Shaheed, Trey Tucker, Wicks, Treylon Burks, with Harold Fannin, TJ Hawkinson, and Pat Fryermuth. Great tight end room. Really, really, really good tight end room there. I don't know why you took Treylon Burks in a sit and go. I know you have Jaden Daniels, but stacking doesn't matter too much. And I know a lot of the wide receivers were gone at that point. I don't love that pick, but I do love the stretch of Shaheed, Trey Tucker, and Dontavian Wicks for your team in particular. You're lacking some firepower there after DJ Moore, but Wandale and Shaheed are a nice mix. I like Tucker to be on the field quite a bit. Wicks is going to be the 3 there, and maybe even the number 2 in terms of wide receivers. And Treylon Burks, I don't know what to say about Treylon Burks. I'm at a loss of words. I'm going to go B- for this team as well. It's right there with Derek's squad. Very balanced all around. I love the quarterback room. So maybe solid B, man. This quarterback room is really good. Like Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott, you got a floor and an upside guy. You got some stacks, which doesn't really matter in a sit and go. But the tight end room's great. Quarterback room's great. Running back room is probably your biggest issue just because I'm not really an ETN guy. But Woody as a 4, RG as a 3 is fine. I would much like this team if the number 1 was a Saquon Barkley, right? Someone I'm more comfortable in than Chase Brown. But it's a solid team. It is a solid team. Is this the last one or is there one more? Phantoms. Let me know if I missed anybody. This is the last team I see. Lamar Jackson and Daniel Jones. 2 guys with the same bye week in a sit and go is a little rough there. Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Rico Dowdle, Kenny Gainwell, and Aaron Jones. Dig this running back room. This is a great room. Rico has a 3, Kenny Gainwell, and Aaron Jones is your 5. Really good room there. Zay Flowers, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Chris Godwin, Flournoy, Jerry Jeudy, Malik Washington, and Keyshawn Boutte with Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert, Eli Stowers. Dude, I love this team. If you didn't have the bye week situation, I know Daniel Jones is a rough number 2 with the injury stuff. if they had different buys, I would rank this team a lot higher. That's going to cost you 20 to 25 points. So you're giving him the last team a D plus just because the pick of Treylon Burks' mouth. Because I actually like that team. I don't like the pick of Treylon Burks. Obviously, it was his last pick, so it's hard to like ding him that much for that pick. This team, dude, had a chance. Honestly, I think this has a chance to be in the A range if it wasn't for the bye week situation. Flowers, Wilson, Harrison, Chris Godwin as his 4, Flournoy, Judy, Washington, Booty. Oh, he thinks it's D plus. I can't. I'm not going to ding him from a B to a D plus because of the buys. It's 25 points at max. It takes it down to the C plus to B minus range for me. I think it was in the solid B range without the bye week thing because that's going to be a big issue. That could be the 20 points that takes you out of the money, right? But this is a fucking good team. This running back room is bliss, man. I'm not a Hampton guy, but dude, Dowdle as a 3, Gainwell as a 4, Aaron Jones as a 5, and a sit and go is awesome. Like that's an A plus running back room from like the capital you put in. And Marvin Harrison, I love as a 3. I'm a big Marv guy. Chris Godwin, I know it's a little light there at the end, but you should have a lot of flex appeal at both running back and tight end. So I'm going to go C between C. Yeah, that's what I think. Best team drafted aside from the quarterback situation. Probably the best team if the quarterback situation. It's already not great just in general having Daniel Jones who has the injury questions. But that I can't get over the bye situation. But very, 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 very good team if it wasn't for the double bye. So I'm going to ding you there. So C plus because the double bye to B minus. So right between B minus and C plus. C plus plus, B minus minus. But for sure, B plus, dude. I think it's almost a whole letter grade off because of that. That 25 points is going to be hard to recoup, man. It just sucks to have that. And both quarterbacks have some injury questions as well. That's another thing, too. But this is a good team. All right, want to hop in? Who's drafting again with us? Who's going to hop in? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Who's drafting? If we don't have that many people, we will hop in a puppy and finish off with a puppy. If not, we can. If we have enough people, we'll just get into one more of these sit and goes. Connor's in. Yeah, MVP for like position play. Running back matters more than wide receiver. Like you're always going to take 7 receivers, so I don't really pay attention to buys at wide receiver as much. Running back, it can fuck you. Tight end and quarterback really matter because you don't want to have to be forced to take a third guy. Derek's in for one more. It was a really good team MVP. That's the best team I've seen you draft. It sucks that it didn't materialize because of the bye weeks. And I'll say this: I would punish the bye weeks less if it was a tournament because you don't need, you just need to get in the playoffs, right? And like those points are going to hurt you, but like total points in a sit and go, it's really hard to throw away that week from quarterback. Like that could be the deciding factor of getting in the money and not. All right. We got people wanting to get in the puppy. We'll get in the puppy. There's no guarantees we all get in, but I am going to count you guys down. Hopefully you guys are within like 3 seconds of me. Sometimes it's a little delayed. I'm going to count you guys down from 5, and then we're going to join it, all right? I'm going to give it a 1 second delay since there's a little delay in the stream. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Join it. Well, I had 3 people remaining, so hopefully you guys got in. Should fill up really fast. I don't think Mouth got in. That's not ideal. Not ideal. Do we see Mouth in here? Nope. I see Spurs in here. I don't see a lot of people in here. Fuck. Well, that sucks. That's the problem with the puppy. We need more tournaments on here so we don't have everyone getting in the puppy. Spurs is in here, right? Spurs, you might be in the chat, right? Let's see here. The puppy fills so fucking fast, man. Maybe we'll get in one more after this. Somewhat Mouth is not paying for this one. Mouth is not paying another super chat. No. Also, guys, go over to Downtown Sports. Check it out. I have the 10th pick. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm all fucking confused here. Where's this draft at? There it is. So I'm at 10. Derek is at 4. Spurs, are you in here? Spurs. I think I know who Spurs is. I don't know what his YouTube handle is, but I think he is in here. Anthony subbed. What's up, man? Shout out to Anthony, my dude. Take it easy, Connor. We'll be chatting soon, man. You'll see Connor in all of the community redraft leagues, which I'm looking forward to playing against him. Puka at 2. Oh, Anthony is Spurs. Okay. Good call. Sweet. We're next to me. I'm at 10, so let's try not to pillage each other's stacks. I'll try my best not to take any of your guys if I can. Unless it's like a 10-pick value. And at that point, like, do what you got to do. I'll do the same. Christian McCaffrey is still on the board. There's no way he falls to me, but that would be fucking great at pick 10 and a puppy. Just no way. Yeah, no way it was going to happen. Let's do... Man, I'm going to take Jefferson. I don't love it. Not a big fan in this tournament, but... well, you know what? We might do one Mouth. I don't know if you're going to be up, but... What's on tap on downtown this week, man? Are you doing so baseball's the All-Star game? You got Summer League for the NBA going on right now. Talk about Caleb Wilson, the Bulls own Caleb Wilson tearing it up. His first game. So Saquon. You know, I could go with an A-Chain build here. No, I can't actually because I can't go with Kyler and A-Chain. So no prob, Shamrock. We'll go with Kenneth Walker. Not many running backs I'm like enthralled with taking like a stack with, but Kenneth Walker and A-Chain are two guys. I think Hampton as well, where it's nice because Kenneth Walker should have a giant pass catching role there. I don't guess I'm not understanding what you're saying, Jonathan. Like, you want me to put out a list of who's in the league? We will once the league fills. We're not full yet on the 12-team PPR. We still need like 5 people for the Superflex, and we need like 4 people for the full PPR, no Superflex league. We need 1 more person for the best ball. So if anyone is interested in joining the leagues and playing with us, get in the community. And we're going to have a bunch of leagues to join. That's the first 3. I'm hoping to get another slate of 3 filled by the time that draft season actually rolls around. But I'll do as many as you guys want to fill. You know, there's no cut on my end. It's going to be league safe, so they take a 2% cut, but no big deal. Yeah, so it's all league safe. It's essentially like a home league. You don't have to pay any juice or anything. I commission the leagues. It's all going to be super legit. We vote on everything, as you guys know. We've done the playoff league already, the playoff fantasy league last year. We did the dynasty startup so far this year. So it's all voted on. This is a democracy. You know, just because I'm the commissioner doesn't mean I choose what happens. You guys choose the rules. I'll play whatever. I really could give a shit. Malik Neighbors off the board at pick 26. That's aggressive. But you know what? It is a puppy. I just think that's a little bit too rich for Malik Neighbors. Downtown's finishing up the World Cup. What are we at? I have not been following it too much. Is it the group of 8? Is that where we're in? Semis? Mouth is commissioning 1 league. That is correct. He has the 12-teamer. So the full PPR is Mouth's commission league. Trey McBride falling to pick 28.
Good!
on, tell me everything.
Okay, they were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it, Bonnie.
Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
Josh Allen off the board. T. Higgins off the board. Some good options here. We have Breece Hall and Zay Flowers on the board still. I am in for both those. There goes ETF. We got Breece Hall falling way back here. And I'm not a big Breece Hall guy, but at pick 34, yeah, count me in, man. I'm all in there. And we could almost go with Javonte Williams here to go 3 running backs. We have a lot of options. Ted McMillan, option. Garrett Wilson's an option. So there goes Javonte. That's fine. I already have my 2 running backs. We're good there. So Ted McMillan's ideal. There is Ted McMillan falling. We like that. Nice, easy, stackable option there in Ted McMillan. I'm not the biggest Bryce Young fan, but you know what? 2 years ago, we had, 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns? So that's probably not sustainable, but I think Bryce offers more on the ground than people think. And Ted McMillan's going to get a lot of targets this year. There goes Terry McLaurin right after that. That is already the current settings, Mouse. So we're doing 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 flexes. That's the settings. So I like that. It's super deep. It's just essentially a normal standard 12-team PPR league with an extra flex added is how I phrase it. 2 flexes, which makes it really deep. You got to really know ball to play these leagues. But what better way? They're only $100 buy-ins for the home leagues. The best ball draft is $50. Our league we're doing on Sleeper. It's all on Sleeper. So if you're interested, let us know in the chat if you want to play these leagues, if you want to get in the community. Let us know. I'll talk you through it, or any of the community members in the chat, Mouth, Jonathan, Dakota, Derek. You know the crew. You know the crew. If we get someone signing up during this draft, we will do another draft just for any Patreon, any community member that wants to become one. That also always gets another draft. And a beer chug. That definitely a well-deserved beer chug for me. Maybe 2. Maybe I even do 2 tonight. Who knows? Colson Loveland at 50. It's not bad. So Spurs has a really good team. He got Zay Flowers fall back to 36, which is 5 picks after ADP. Javonte Williams right about at ADP, maybe 1 pick later. But Cook, Barkley, Javonte with Zay Flowers. He needs Lamar to fall back. But you know what? I'm not taking Lamar. The guy at picking at 55 has Josh Allen. He won't be taking Lamar. So you have a chance to get Lamar. I'm not going to take him. I would take him if you pass on him. I would take him at pick 63, even unstacked, because I think that's too much value. So we'll see if he falls. I have seen it happen. He falls back to the 5-6 turn. And it doesn't happen. Lamar Jackson gets taken. I don't get that, man. The St. Brown team took him, and he had other options to go to. He took him ahead of ADP. Just not a good bet and a puppy. Oh, okay. So Anthony has other plans anyway, so he's not too upset about it. Ooh, man, I'm going to probably just take DJ Moore. Just take the best receiver available. And Tyler Warren is too early for Warren. I would have taken Tootin there in this tournament in particular, but he went right 1 pick before me. There goes Carnell Tate. There goes Drake May. Love to get Brian Thomas in the spot. If not, I will take Marvin Harrison. I'm fine with either of those guys. Pretty heavy on both of them. I think I have a lot more Marv, though. So we'll pop in Brian Thomas. It does give us a chance to take Trevor Lawrence at pick 82. I would probably push it and make it 87 because I want to reach. I'm really committed on a Kyler team. It could be Kyler. It could be Bryce Young. It can be Trevor Lawrence at this point. You know what? It could very well possibly be a Geno Smith team as well, or Mahomes if we were to fall. He'd have to fall a long way to pick 106 because I have Kenneth Walker. Big Sploosh. Love that name, man. Let's do a pug. I got to look. There's only 3 max, right, for the pug. I think I did 3 slow drafts. I got to look if I have an opening for that. We might do another draft after this as well. So we need 18 likes. We need 4 more subs. 3 more subs now. 3 more subs, 18 more likes, 10 Super Chat dollars, or any Patreon sign up. And we're doing a third draft. It should be a third draft. We did do a 2-hour show right before this. Shout out to Mike Storey for just being the GOAT and being a great co-host tonight, as he always is. Marvin Harrison falls all the way to pick 69. Nice to Derek. Derek's probably doing fucking backflips right now. Super nice, though. Super nice. If Mouth is down, Mouth, if you want to do another draft, we will do another one just in general. Ideally, we get there for the likes, the subs, the Super Chat dollars, or the Patreon sign up. But if Mouth wants in, we're doing it. Also, Sploosh wants to do it. Anthony wants to do it. What do I got going on? No big deal. 4-hour streams are nothing around here. That's kind of what we do. That's what we do. Jalen Warren, 75. The fantasy football nerd. What's up, man? Yeah, you can email me. You can drop a line on the Discord. Just what you could do is fantasy football nerd. Hop over to Patreon. My email is listed on the Patreon page. Professional Fanatics Patreon. It's CubsFan311 at yahoo.com. CubsFan311, all one word, at Yahoo. Reach out to me that way. And yeah. Drop me a line. We'll figure it out. So I'd love to collaborate with whoever wants to collaborate. Like having people on this show. I go on other shows. It doesn't matter to me. So, yeah, drop me a line, dude. Just tag yourself in there and let me know. Fantasy football nerd or whatever. I'll remember you. We are on the clock here. And Dak is available. Doesn't work. Trevor Lawrence is available. We might go Stevenson here. That's probably the play. Let's take Stevenson and have a pretty strong running back room with Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, and Stevenson. Now, we have Trevor Lawrence option. He should fall back. Dak is still available, and so is Herbert. This guy's going to take Dak, is my guess. An unstacked Dak. Takes Laporta, which is a very confusing pick. Way ahead of ADP. There goes Alec Pierce. And there goes Dak. He's probably going to take Herbert. Blake Corum. So we're going to take Trevor Lawrence. Get our first quarterback stacked up with Brian Thomas. Yeah, we're probably doing another puppy. Maybe a pug. I have to check if I have a pug available. I might have already done my 3 pugs. Maybe I just did one. I don't know. I was drunk the other night when it dropped. Or was it this morning? I was probably still drunk from the show, the concert I went to last night, and sometimes I just enter the max and slow drafts. I don't remember. It's weird. I like the pug though, $12 tournament, but only 3 entry max. I do like those because you don't have people spamming weird teams as much. The puppy's a tough one because people enter 100 of these fuckers, and it's such a big tournament that like the combinations just get a little wild. We will do a quick draft grades after this because we have 3 of us in here. So not as many as the last. We had 8 people in the last one. I had to review 8 teams. So 3 will be pretty quick. I did like the Frenchie Eliminator. I like all the Frenchies, man. I like the Pitbull. That was a nice tournament. $20 entry, 10 max. I maxed that one out. That was I like those over Best Ball Mania. I know Best Ball Mania is huge for chasing the glory and the big payday, but I always say, man, give me 20 grand, dude. I make my money in redraft. I don't need I love $1 million, but the odds of winning that is really low. The odds of me placing top 12 in a Pitbull is, I think, pretty decent if I do 10 of them. I'm saying like 5 or 10%, but that's all I need. There goes Jared Goff. See, I really like the sprints, man. I like total points. I can draft. I love draft. That's more of a redraft setup. Stacks don't matter at all, really. They matter a little bit, but not like in these tournaments. So I like stacking too. It's more strategic to stack and plan out your drafts. If I get his draft like best player available, I don't know if you guys ever played on drafters. All drafters tournaments are just total points. I do dig that. Especially if you're hammered, because you don't have to worry about, oh, this correlates with this, schedule, stuff like that. So we have some pretty solid receivers still available here. Downs, Pearsall, Michael Wilson, all still on the board. The running backs are dry. Where's there? Kyle Pitts is still available. So we have a lot of good options. We don't have a tight end yet, right? So we have Justin Jefferson, Ted McMillan, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Ramondre Stevenson, and Trevor Lawrence. Is Shanny on the hot seat? No, man. Him and Lynch are tied to the hip. They're not. Shanny's had this job as long as he wants it, in my mind. What's our tight end situation here? So Pickett has one. Spurs does not have a tight end. I'm not saying you have a loose end, buddy. You don't currently have a tight end on your roster. So let's do Kyle Pitts. And then I've been taking a lot of Kyle Pitts. He just falls so damn late. And I think Kyler Murray, this dude should not be taking Kyler. I mean, he might. Matt Stafford and Jackson Dart are available. He needs Baker. This team needs Baker. Or Shuck. Shuck will be around later. But I think he was planning on taking Jared Goff at this spot. But Jared Goff was picked 12 picks ago. So he should not take Kyler. I'm fine with Kyler here. Give me a stack with Justin Jefferson. I'd have both my quarterbacks single stacks. I can back stack with Hawkinson. I can take Brenton Strange. So this should be Matt Stafford, right? This guy should take Matt Stafford. He should not take Kyler Murray. Or he should take Baker. Take Baker, buddy. I got to figure out a plan if that goes awry. He takes Jacoby Myers, so he is punting quarterback apparently. So we're going to take Kyler, make this a 2-quarterback team. Kyler and Trevor Lawrence, I'm totally fine with that. That's enough in my book, especially at a tournament like this. Running backs are fine. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, and Stevenson. We have 4 receivers. We got to figure out a couple back stacks here, and we have 1 tight end. It's a pretty balanced team so far. So the board is wide open for us. I like to be there at the 10th round. We have a lot of options here. A lot of options. So Spurs have 3 elite-ass quarterbacks, Drake May, Dak Prescott, and Jackson Dart. Got to find a way to get some stacks with those guys. You have Javonte Williams with Dak, and that is it so far. So you're going to have to stack those guys. At least 1 per player. You can get a Isaiah Likely potentially. I don't know if he'll be there when he come back around. You can take some late dudes. You can take Romeo Doubs possibly. Likely could still be there. No, Romeo Doubs won't be there either.
What's happening here?
That French animal bit my ear off!
Well, that's an absurd exaggeration. My apologies, Bidwell.
He look in our tent. He look at my woman. He saw her breast.
Her breast? You saw her breast?
I've said it before and I said it again. Any man who look on her will die.
I got you, buddy. I'll check it out once the stream's over. Concepcion, solid pick there, end of the 10th round. Nice value there. Dude hadn't taken a wide receiver in forever. He has Rice, Smith, JMO, and then Concepcion. Pretty interesting build. I guess I only have 4 receivers as well. Brian Thomas is my 4, though. I'm really happy with Brian Thomas as a 4 this year. I'm probably a little too bullish on Brian Thomas. I feel like Marvin Harrison's much safer. I'm not worried about that wide receiver room like some people are. Yeah, Michael Wilson's involved for sure. And Trey McBride is essentially the wide receiver 1. But you mix in Brenton Strange, Jacoby Myers, like Travis Hunter's an X factor there. They just paid Parker Washington. Could be a mess there. Could be a mess there with the Jaguars. I feel the same. That's why I take a lot of Kyle Pitts. Because the players I'm passing up on, like I took Kyle Pitts ahead of Michael Wilson. I was debating Michael Wilson. Jacoby Myers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Romeo Doubs, Concepcion, Josh Downs, Pearsall. Those are the list guys going around. Pitts and Fannin in particular. I don't feel like I'm missing out on in Jonathan Brooks. Like, dude, I'm not missing out on much there. But Colson Loveland and Tyler Warren going ranges where you're passing up on some banger type players. Let's take – I can't take Shakir. Man, I'm going to have to take Shaheed because I can't double up on Panthers receivers without Bryce Young. I can't take Bryce Young now because I have Kyler and Trevor Lawrence. So we have to figure out a running back possibly to take. Jordan Mason would have been the answer. That was really good value on Jordan Mason. I did not want to lose out on Shaheed, though, because I couldn't take Shakir either. So we'll take Rodriguez to pair up with Trevor Lawrence. That's probably the play. I could have just gone Rodriguez, Mason, and Rodriguez. But if I take Mason there, I feel like Rodriguez doesn't fall back to me. And that was the priority to get some correlation. I do prefer Jordan Mason over Rodriguez. And Mason would have worked as well because he does correlate with the running back with Kyler Murray. I just didn't think I was getting both of them, and I much prefer Chris Rodriguez in terms of stacking with Trevor Lawrence. So I have another great stack that I love with Kyler Murray latest, T.J. Hawkinson. So that is my goal. I could always take Juwan Jennings as well. But at this point with Trevor Lawrence, the only option is Brenton Strange, and I don't mind that. I'm much more bullish on Hawkinson than I am on Brenton Strange. I like Brenton Strange. I just feel like that's such a watered down situation where the Vikings aren't. They're just not. There goes Diggs. I feel like Diggs is going to start falling. I don't know if you guys saw the report. Like, there is just more stuff coming out. We all thought Diggs, the courts cleared stuff on Diggs of that whole assault allegation, whatever it was, with it was like his fucking chef or some shit. But now this guy has like hundreds of text messages he's releasing. So I don't love that for Stephon Diggs. I still think Stephon Diggs is playing football this year. But the longer we wait, the longer he's unsigned, maybe there's stuff we don't know. Because why is Stephon Diggs not signed? We know why Brandon Ayuk's not signed. We probably know why Keenan Allen's not signed because Keenan Allen only wants to play in L.A., either the L.A. teams, and he's pretty old, like 35. We think we know why Debo's not signed because a lot of teams think Debo's cooked and he probably wants more money than he's worth. But Stephon Diggs makes no sense. Stephon Diggs can still play. We all know that. His report saying that he thinks he's the better than any wide receiver 2 in football right now. Like T. Higgins and George Pickens are wide receiver 2s in their team. Like he's not better than those guys, but he's still a very good wide receiver 3. So Diggs needs a sign, and this is getting really, really wild with Stephon Diggs. If we don't have Diggs signed in August, I'm going to be really, really worried about. I don't have a lot of Diggs, maybe like 5%, which I don't care. I'm below board there, but I'd be worried if I was a guy that had like 20% Diggs. Well, that's what we think, man. But I was just mentioning with the report, dude, it's not great. He wants a bag, but also there's this stuff coming out about the chef like releasing stuff, and like I don't know if this story's over. Again, I don't work for TMZ. I don't want to read too much into this shit, but I don't know why he's not signed because yes, he wants a bag of money. He should get paid a bag of money based on his production last year and his career, and he's a pretty versatile receiver. He's more versatile than Debo. he's more versatile than Keenan Allen at this stage of his career. And Brandon Ayuk's a knucklehead. So he's the guy that should be signed right now. We have to figure out who we are taking here. And it might be Brenton Strange. I don't want to reach on him at all. This is very interesting. Our tight end situation. This guy's got Kittle in the Porta. Spurs does not have a tight end, so he's probably taking Brenton Strange. So let's lock in Strange right now. And maybe reach on Ryan Flournoy's tasty. He's going to take – so Spurs, you should take Ryan Flournoy. I don't know if you're listening. You don't have a lot of stacks with Dak Prescott. You need Ryan Flournoy in this team. Otherwise, I will take him at one pick ahead ADP. All right, there goes Flournoy. That was a really, really good pick. We don't like the running backs here. We have 4 good running backs. I'm done at running back for quite a while. I'm probably going to have to reach on Hawkinson. I don't like having 3 tight ends here. But for the correlation, let's do it. We have Pitts. We have Strange. We have Hawkinson. Done at tight end. Probably only going to be a 5 running back team max. I could just roll with these 4. And we're only doing 2 quarterbacks. So we have plenty of time here to fill out this roster. We have 4 more picks. We currently have a 2-4-5-3 build. So I think it's with 4 picks, 1 running back, and 3 receivers, which would make it a 2-5-8-3. That is ideal. 2-5-8-3. Need 1 more high upside running back, and we just smash wide receiver late. Totally cool with that. They could always make the space, Hetzer, and the Ravens is probably the best real life fit because they're a championship contending team. The best fit for fantasy and on all other things, not so much schematically though, it's the Commanders. Like they need. I like Antonio Williams a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan. Like Storey loves Antonio Williams out of Clemson. Not a big fan. He's pro ready for sure, but you know, Luke McCaffrey, okay, yeah, pedigree looked okay last year. Treylon Burks, like they need, and the fact that their tight end's Chicka, who is okay. They don't have anything of note besides Terry McLaurin and Rashad White, so they need a veteran, someone that could be trusted by Jaden Daniels. That would be ideal for your case since you're with what you have for exposure. I mean, we all know Brandon Ayuk makes so much sense for the Commanders. That is the ideal pick for both of these guys. The marriage, the Jaden Daniels connection with Brandon Ayuk, but he just essentially pissed in Jaden Daniels' face. And that would be a big mistake to bring him in now. Now you have Jaden Daniels upset. Like, I would not mess with that at all.
According to retailers, the most popular Halloween mask this year is O.J. Simpson. And the most popular Halloween greeting is, "I'll kill you and that guy who's bringing over your glasses, or a trait."
Up in 4 picks. Man, running backs just went bye-bye. Maybe we could take a shot on Kamara. I think Kamara makes some sense in this team, right? Stevenson's my 3. Rodriguez is my 4. I could take a shot on Kamara. Or to do Brian Robinson Jr. Like, Brian Robinson has so much more upside if there's an injury. Let's go for the moon here with Brian Robinson Jr. Maybe some touchdown stuff, week to week if this offense goes boom. And then we are just going to pound some pretty shitty receivers here. What is our buy situation like? 2 7s, 2 5, a 6, and an 11. Let's just take all these bums. Jerry Judy. He's definitely a little bit of a locker room problem, man. Stephon Diggs has been an issue everywhere he's gone, besides the Texans and last year in the Patriots. When he's there 1 year, it's not an issue. But when he's ever at a place for more than a year, after 2 years, he's an issue. Now, this is a 1 year rental, essentially. Let's take Jerry Jeudy. Pretty gross pick. Need a veteran there. Someone to shore up the room. That is my wide receiver 6. And then we'll just take 2. We'll be bums at this point. Whoever falls. Take Mooney, Horton, Bateman. Derek, take Torrey Horton so I don't have to, because I already have Shaheed, and I don't need another week 11 bye. So I'll be tempted to do it if he's there, because I love Torrey Horton. So do it for me, man. I know you want to. He probably will. Let's see. Derek has 7 receivers. He'll take one more. He will take him right here. He takes Brissett. And then he'll take him coming back. Guys, 2 more subs in this video on the stream, and we do another draft. 17 likes, which is probably not going to happen. 17 more likes we need to do another draft. $10 in Super Chats, or anybody signing up for the community, for the Patreon, to get in the community, we do another draft. So a lot of options. I would love to do another one. I'm also a little tired, so I'm fine either way, whatever y'all want to do. The rest of the week, tomorrow night, we are only drafting best ball. Maybe I'll have Big Ray on the show, or I'll have somebody on the show. Maybe a community member on the show. Draft 2 or 3 teams tomorrow, maybe more. Wednesday night, the Chaz is back, and we're talking tight ends. We're going to go through tight end tiers on Fantasy Pros, just talk about the entire tight end landscape. Thursday, more best ball. Friday, it's going to be a great show. Nick O is coming on. You guys know him. You love him. Nick O face coming on, and I got to figure out what segment we're going to do. It's probably do something with running backs. We did running backs today. We'll do something else with running backs or wide receivers. We'll do I just said it, Hetzer. He's coming on Friday. I told him I need him more in the season, man. Let's take Mooney. He'll be on. You'll see Nico every single Tuesday night once the season starts. That's when my guys have their set nights. You'll see Monday is Storey, Tuesday is Nico, Wednesday is Chaz, Thursday is Storey, Friday is Tom with some Nico sprinkled in. Saturday is Big Ray, Sunday is Storey. So that is kind of the rotation. And we'll have some other guys filling in day to day. Sometimes we'll do some threesomes. So that is kind of the schedule we're going to have once the season starts. Have a little bit more consistency with the guests. Nico is one of the smartest football minds I know, and he's great with fantasy stuff, but he's also just knows ball, right? He's a guy that can break down offensive line play with the best of them. Still waiting, Mouth. Nope, we need 16 more likes. We need 2 more subs. We need 10 more Super Chat dollars or a Patreon sign up, which we still have draft grades to go. We're doing draft grades. It's me, Mouth, and Spurs in this draft. So we'll do draft grades and see how it goes. But, yeah, Nick would, I'm sure, appreciate the kind words. I always give Nico all the praise. That guy, first time I had him on the show, it was like year 2 of the pod. Just came over to, it was Rob Squared back then. Came over to my buddy Rob's house. And I was like, I knew he'd be good at this. Never did a show before in his life. Within the first sentence, I was like, yeah, this dude's fucking legit. And he's only gotten better from there. But he was day one a finished product. So well-spoken. Such a genius. Yeah, I know you're not in this one. Derek, you could definitely come on, dude. Like I said, you guys know I love having community members and fans on the show. Especially people like Derek and Mouth. And you know who you guys are. Anyone that's in the Fanatic tier, you're welcome to hop on and talk some ball with us. Let's get to the draft grades here. We have, starting off with Derek's squad here, picking at the 4 hole. Get the screen up here. This is the puppy. See how Derek fared. Patrick Mahomes, Cam Ward, and Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. You kind of had to go with the third quarterback there. It would have been ballsy to go with just Mahomes and Cam Ward. David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins, Kyle Monangai, Dylan Sampson, and Braylon Allen. Pretty balanced there. Jamar Chase, Drake London, Marvin Harrison, Quentin Johnson's your 4, Wan'Dale Robinson, Khalil Shakir, Jalen McMillan, and Tyquan Thornton. with Trey McBride and Gunnar Helm. It's a fucking good team, man. The tight end room is a little thin outside of McBride. I like Gunnar Helm a lot more than what Vegas does because Vegas has him at 399 receiving yards. I think that's an easy smash on the over. But that correlates with Cam Ward. You have Tyquan Thornton with – is that all you have with Patrick Mahomes, Tyquan Thornton? That is correct. With Cam Ward, you have Wandale and Gunnar Helm. And then with Brissett, you are rocking Marvin Harrison – and Trey McBride. So you have ample stacks in this team. Am I down with this receiver room? Am I down with Jamar Chase, Drake London, Marvin Harrison? I like those three. Quentin Johnson and Wandale are kind of nice play on each other with some upside and floor. Shakir is floor. McMillan. All right, this is a well-balanced, built wide receiver room with upside and floor. Love the running back room. You have your. I think Montgomery's a 1. You have a 2 in Judkins. Like you have two Bs. Sorry, like 1 Bs. In terms of like they're not top 12 guys, but they're touchdown merchants. Kyle Monungai's a great 3. Sampson's a good 4. You got some floor there with. I don't love both Cleveland running backs in a tournament like this. And Braylon Allen, solid B. I think it's a solid B. One more to make sure Mouth gets a draft. Isn't Derek the GOAT? I need a GOAT clip here to use for, you know who you guys are. So you got sniped on Kelsey. Okay. Thank you, Derek. I also will chug a beer for that. Thank you, my dude. I think solid B. I think it was close to being really good. I think the quarterback room's going to be fine. I just don't love Sampson and Judkins in the same team in a tournament. I just don't. I think it limits your upside a little bit. But solid B. You guys agree with that rank, that grade on this team? It's a good team. It's not a great team. We have my team is next, and then it's just us 3, and then Spurs. Spurs, you still in here? Trevor Lawrence and Kyler Murray at quarterback. We have Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, Ramondre Stevenson, Chris Rodriguez, and Brian Robinson Jr. at running back. Justin Jefferson, Ted McMillan, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Jerry Jeudy, Darnell Mooney, and Rashad Bateman, with Kyle Pitts, Bretton Strange, and TJ Hawkinson. That's the real GOAT, guys, TJ Hawkinson, along with Derek and Mouth. Those are the 3 GOATs that I know. We'll do your team after this, buddy. So tight end room is really strong. Running back room is pretty balanced. It's not the highest upside. I mean, Breece Hall, 7 picks after ADP is super nice. Stevenson's a fine 3. Rodriguez, Brian Robinson Jr. Quarterback room's a little light. I think I do like these guys in the tournament here. So, and that's also right. Yeah, Cardinals and Titans are your stacks. So I have Jacksonville and Minnesota, which are potential breakout offenses. Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson with that stack. Bretton Strange and Brian Thomas. So we have 2 stacks. And we also have Chris Rodriguez. So we have 3 players correlated with Trevor Lawrence, 2 players with Kyler Murray. Both those quarterbacks are pretty good rushing upside. So the stacking isn't as huge of like, I don't want to have 3 stacks with each of these quarterbacks. What is your guys' grade for this team? I don't like to grade my own teams. And we'll get to Anthony's team right after this. I think it's okay. I think it's aggressive enough. It's got some floor. Not the best team in the world, obviously, but Breece Hall at 34, I do really dig. I really do dig that. Hell yeah, Anthony. Let's get to his team here. He had the 12th pick. Spurs with a 3-5-8-2 build. You have Drake May, Dak Prescott, and Jackson Dart. So really strong, almost too strong at quarterback. James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, Aaron Jones, and Jordan Mason. This is an A, dude. The quarterback room and running back room are A+. I mean, this is fucking amazing. So the rest of the team has to have issues, right? Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, Alec Pierce, Michael Wilson, Jalen Naylor, Ryan Flournoy, Malik Washington, Jeremy Bernard, with Pat Freiermuth and Eli Stowers. So this tight end room is really rough. I'm a Freiermuth guy for sure. I love the Muth. Eli Stowers, you might get nothing from him, man. You might get nothing, but everything else is good. Like the wide receiver room super thin with Pierce as your 3, Wilson, Naylor. You're going to be flexing a running back most weeks. So you don't need to rely on flex for tight ends. You don't need to rely on flex for wide receiver very much. But the top guys are amazing. The stacks are light too, right? The stacks are Flournoy for sure. And is there anything with Jackson Dart at all? So this team's going to do some damage. It could advance, but you have like no stacks in this team. So in a big tournament like this, you have Javonte and Flournoy with Prescott. Drake May. I don't see anything with Drake May. Am I missing something? Nothing with Drake May. And then Jackson Dart. No. So the quarterbacks you did take that are unstacked are fine not being stacked because it's Drake May and Jackson Dart. Specifically, Jackson Dart's mostly going to be rushing stuff. But the build's a little wonky and the stacks are low. I'm going to go C+ in this team just because of the build. I want more wide receivers. I want an extra tight end. If you had Tyler Warren in this team, if your tight end was Tyler Warren and Stowers, I would love it to be Tyler Warren and Pat Freiermuth. But that's light. The stacking's light, and the wide receivers are a little light. Other than that, like the top of your draft, like your quarterbacks and running back room, it's just too much at quarterback. I think Drake May and Dak's enough. The running back room's totally fine. I just want one less quarterback. And I think it would be better no Dak, right? Just Drake May and Jackson Dart. C+, B-, just a little wonky in the build, and the lack of stacks in the puppy is a little concerning. Although your quarterbacks have the rushing upside, it was close to being a really good team, but I do dig the team. Just a couple little things to clean up, and we'll be in business. So let's hop on over here. Who's drafting with us? What do we have here? We can do – what do you guys want to do? You guys vote what you want to do. I mean, Derek and Mouth both paid for this, so it's kind of their decision here. Pug is $12. Do we even have a Pug listed on here? Yeah, Pug is $12. We have the puppy, which is hard for us to all get in again, and then the sit and goes are going to take too long to get in. So it's Pug, it's Fast Puppy. You guys choose what we're doing. While I do that, I'm going to fill up my beverage here, pour a beer, and I have a chug for Mouth wants to get into a Pug. Anthony, are you down for a Pug, or do you want? If Anthony doesn't want to do it, we can do a puppy. I don't want him to miss out, but Mouth wants Pug, so it should be Pug. Whatever Anthony wants, he can have a say here as well. Why I chug this? Here we go. This is for Mouth, and this is actually Derek's chug. We are about to cross the 4-hour mark on tonight's show. So we have Pup, Pug, Puppy. Derek, you are the deciding factor here, man. We have puppies and pugs. It's all even. I don't have a call here. So it's Derek's call. Whatever Derek wants to do, we are doing. Pug from Fantasy Football. What is Derek? Derek, you are the tiebreaker. Since Derek is a fanatic, we like to give them a little bit more of a voice. Hopefully you guys understand that. They are supporters of the show. Whatever Derek wants, Derek will get. It was also Derek's Super Chat. So what do you got, Derek? What do you got for us, man? I think the Pug might have the best chance for us all to get in. So you guys tell me. We got our votes in. It's all pretty even right now. Mouth says Pug. I called Puppy last time. Mouth missed it. Pug. All right, we're doing a Pug. I'm going to count us down here. Oh, I still have 2 entries left. I'm an idiot. There's the advancement. 2 out of 12, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5, 124 final seats. I'm going to count you down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Join it up, boys. This thing fucking is already full. Shit. Man, did Mouth not get in? Fuck. I think Mouth's super delayed on these because he has not gotten in any. It was pretty full when I started it. Did you get in, Derek? Did anybody? Big Sploosh got in. FF Nerd didn't get in. Derek didn't get in. That is shitty. It was almost immediately full. Yep. I gave it the little buffer time, too, on the countdown because it's usually a couple seconds delayed. Nothing. It's hard. It's hard doing this, man. It's hard. Buddy Man is in here. Who is Buddy? Who is Buddy? Did you guys get another one? If you got one together, you can just do that, and we can do. We can do draft grades from the Discord. Let me get the screen up here. So Miles in his own one right now. So we just had Bijan go at 1. If you guys missed out, go to Mouse Pug, and then Mouth will relay that information to me, the draft, your teams in the Discord, and then we can still do draft grades at least. So I know Sploosh. Is this me and Sploosh? We'll take Puka. CMC at 5 over JSN.
It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team.
9 more in the other pug, which is, it's hilarious. We get in this one, it fills up so fast. Mouse been in that one since the beginning, and it's still at 9. So it's just funny that this tournament does feel a lot slower than the puppy, and it just go figure. Sometimes things don't break our way. It's all good. I mean, it's probably better for our money, whoever's in there with me, that Derek and Mouth aren't in here, because Derek has the name of the American Sniper for a reason. It's not because he goes out of way to snipe our players. He just builds really awesome teams, and he's not going to let value fall. There's something to be said about taking, if you go running back, wide receiver, running back, you're done at running back, you're not going to be able to take any running back value. So leaving yourself the opening to have flexibility in those middle rounds to take any position that falls is something I like to do. Devin A-Chain goes at the turn there. Pretty high for A-Chain. You don't see that very often. I think I got the 11th spot because when I joined, it didn't load up right away, but you might be right. All right, Derek's in. They're all in the other one, so they will send me everyone's team that's in there, and we can do a quick draft grade segment after this one's over. We'll wait for you guys. I think I know Buddy Man. I don't remember what his YouTube handle is. I think I know Buddy Man. Do we go? We're going to go London over Bowers. But we'll take Bowers if he falls back. This guy's taking London. There he goes. So it's going to be a Bowers team. Don't love it in this tournament, but it's only 1 out of 5. Once you get in the playoffs, it's 2 out of 12, then 1 out of 5. So stacking is not the craziest thing. Like when you get in tournaments where it's 1 out of 10, like Best Ball Mania is like 1 out of 12, then 1 out of 14 advance in the individual weeks. You have to have so many stacks because you're not winning. You're not beating 12 other teams without having Brock Bowers stacked, right? But at 1 out of 5, you can have some naked players there and still advance. Yeah, you might be right, Derek. Mouth has a stalker. That's awesome. Why can't our stalkers ever be like hot chicks? You know how every chick stalker is like a guy, and usually they're not hot guys, but like our stalkers are never hot girls. They're always just like old fat dudes. I don't want an old fat dude stalking me, personally. Let's see. Brees Hall should go. I hope Brees Hall goes here. There goes Rice. If this dude takes Devonta Smith, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he doesn't. He takes T. Higgins. Okay, so we'll take Devonta Smith at pretty nice value here. Looking up here. It's looking okay. Ah, Mike, I see. But that's Buddy Man. What's up? Derek had it right. Derek's memory, you know, Derek, your memory's pretty good for an old dude. Pretty good. Good luck to you as well, Mike. Speak for yourself. By the way, vote for my stalker best friend. It's still going on, guys. In the Discord, if you're in there, there's a Maxim competition for the cover model. It's not for Mouth. It's not for me. Just so you know, we would not win that award. It's for his friends. She's a very lovely lady. She's in her early 40s. And my community members, we know things. And we take time to know people. And I'm embarrassed. I didn't know that. But Derek is a very fresh-brained individual. And I'm apparently all clogged up here. But yes, give her a vote. Give her a vote. Isn't that insane, dude? You guys have been there for so long. Ooh, good insight from Anthony. The puppy challenge just dropped. Buy 2, get 1 free. We're definitely doing that one, buddy. When I get off the show, I'm definitely doing that, and I might do a couple slow drafts right away. Yeah, we decided to all join up together, and literally only one of us besides myself, so 2 total got in out of the 6. And now they're waiting in the lobby, which just sucks. Well, dude, do the buy 2, get 1 free and do a puppy. There you go. There you get one of yours fired up. There goes Garrett Wilson. There goes. I would have loved to get Garrett Wilson or Ted McMillan. Those guys fell way too far. Jalen Waddle is already off the board. Neighbor's already off the board. So we don't have a running back yet, which is concerning. But if Terry McLaurin falls here, probably going to rock Terry McLaurin. I think that would take some other receivers off the board in front of me. There goes Mike Evans. Let's do Terry McLaurin. We have some really nice options to stack. We can get, Hurts with the 7th round pick. We can get Daniels with the 6th round pick. So 2 options there. Is it 2 separate for the slow and fast puppy, or because if that's the case, just do them both, right? I'll do eliminators as well. I'll do all those. I mean, why the hell not? If you can do all of them, just take free money. It's good business. It's very good business. So we're going to get a good running back here. Either David Montgomery or Quinshon Judkins for sure. There goes Montgomery. That would have been awesome, but we're going to take Judkins. Man, Montgomery following me there would have just been fucking bliss, but it's all good. It is all good. Big Sploosh. Big Sploosh got McBride with pick 32. Now, that is living clean, brother. That is good stuff right there. Lamar Jackson is taken unstacked there at pick 53. Don't think I love that. I don't love that because he essentially is tying himself to the Niners with the Mike Evans and Christian McCaffrey start. Like, you need to have Brock Purdy on this team with those players. And Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy is probably too much a quarterback. So he kind of screwed himself there by taking Lamar ahead of ADP. And there goes Jalen Hurts way early. What the hell, man? 57. So there goes one of my stacking options. We still have the option for Matt Stafford. We could take Matt Stafford down to pick 100 and then pretty much guarantee we get him. We think we could get him, but with these guys reaching on these quarterbacks, who knows? Who knows? I think this dude might think that A.J. Brown's still on the Eagles. Is that what's going on here? Because he took Jalen Hurts really early, like 15 picks early, 16 picks early. And he has A.J. Brown, and he has C.D. Lamb and Javonte Williams. It needs to be a Dak Prescott team. Just questionable stuff happening in this draft. But you know what? If they take your stack, whatever, that means that value will fall to you. So we'll just stick with getting value. And let's do that. All right. Dunze, Thomas. Jordan Tyson would be good value there. And someone takes Jaden Daniels. Okay. So the Zay Flowers team gets sniped on Lamar. He says, let's screw it. I'm going to take Jaden Daniels. That's not ideal. So this is going to be a Matt Stafford fucking team. God damn it. Don't love it. But there's going to be other value falling back to us, boys. No need to ever panic in these drafts. There's millions of options. Tyler Warren's still available. I could take a double tight end build. I don't like doing it. But Tyler Warren at 69, I feel like is enough value to take him. He shouldn't fall back to me. These next three teams, none of them have tight ends, so they should take they should take Tyler Warren. And there goes Tyler Warren. There goes Joe Burrow. There goes Drake May. So we got to take a receiver here. And it's going to be Tyson or Marvin Harrison. I have Marvin Harrison well ahead of Tyson in the ranks. Now, in ADP, Tyson goes 6 picks ahead of him. I don't care. I'm going to take the highest ranked player. It's going to be Marvin Harrison. Let's take Mazda Marv. I think we're just going to call him It's not Maserati Marv anymore. It's Mazda Marv. It's fine. Dude, Gatorade mixed with vodka is actually pretty underrated, bro. It hydrates you. It gets you drunk. I'm all in on that kind of shit. Tony Pollard, Jaylen Warren. Is this a Jaylen Warren spot? I don't love doing it. We need Matt Stafford, and that's going to be 105. Probably going to have to be there. So, 93. There's some good running backs available at 93. I'm going to keep on pushing. Jordan Tyson's still available. This is easy as hell. We'll just keep pushing running back off. And now we have a Tyler Shuck possibility if things don't work out with Matt Stafford. Our receiver room is bonkers. Puka Nacua, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison, and Tyson. We are done at wide receiver for quite a while. We have to make up running back. We have to get a quarterback. And then we'll, rounds 14, 15, 16, maybe get a wide receiver or two mixed in there. But this could very well be a 6-receiver team. I think that's usually a little light. If I take a wide receiver in the next 3 or 4 picks, I'm done at wide receiver. I'm done with 6 if I get one before round 10. Mike's not stoked with his team. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, you are stoked with it. 100%. You got Luther after ADP, Loveland a little after ADP, and getting Caleb right on ADP. So that's how you do it, man. That's and your running backs are awesome. You have a chance to get Mahomes as well if he does fall to you and be done with the stacking aspect. So that's solid. Guys, if you have not subbed to the channel, I have this on actually sub-only mode, which usually I don't do, but we need 47 more subs for 3,000 subs. We've been at the show for 5 years. We've been at the live stream game for 10 months. 3,000 subs would mean a lot to me. That's a pretty big fucking number. And no one puts out more content on YouTube than we do, and that's a lot of people will say that. We're on here 4 hours a night. This is a 2-hour stream. We just got done doing a 2-hour segment right before this. We had a 10-minute break. I had a 10-minute break to set up the next stream. We're 4 hours a night, guys, and this is in the off season. We've been doing this since May, these 4-hour streams. So no one's put out more content than us. The community is awesome. Start with a sub. If you want to graduate up to getting in the community and actually joining what we're doing here and a lot of awesome perks, would love to have you in there. You can go to the website, professionalfanatics.com. You can go to the link in the description. We offer a hell of a lot of cool stuff. Play fantasy leagues with us. Come on the show as a guest. Free merchandise. You get access to the early betting plays, which we clean out. We clean house on Vegas here. Last year, we just dominated. It was 96 and 58 on my even odds player props. You get access to all those for free, and that's going to make tenfold the money you put into the show. You get in the Discord for $5 a month, and you get a lot of good stuff. So, why not give it a shot? Also supporting a small channel here that's trying to emerge. We need a running back, and there's 2 options. If they get picked, we're going to have some issues Patrick Mahomes is still available. Can't take him, though. So there goes Blake Corum. Shit. Man, we need Kyle Monangai to fall back. If he does not fall back, we're in trouble, boys. We're in trouble. With one running back, we're in trouble. And he does not fall back to us. So this is a shame. This does suck. But we can take. There goes Xavier Worthy. Shit. I don't want to take Dobbins here, man. I really don't. But I think I have to. No, I don't have to. I'm taking Ricky Pearsall. Screw it. We're officially done at wide receiver. 6 receivers. We'll figure out running back later. Don't like the way this shook down here. But we will try to stack up Matt Stafford with we'll have Puka. We'll try to get, Terrence Ferguson late or something like that. That's the only option. And there goes Matt Stafford. All right. So now we have shit. Okay. Well, we have Brock Purdy option now. That's for sure. Possibly get George Kittle coming back around. We just got to hope Brock Purdy doesn't get taken. This is unreal. These quarterbacks getting taken is just insane to me. Absolutely insane. Man, I'm running out of options for stacking. Definitely running out of options. So we're going to take Brock Purdy after ADP with Ricky Pearsall. We have to hope we can get George Kittle. That would be 4 picks after ADP for George Kittle. Quarterbacks are flying off the board. We still have Fannin and Kyle Pitts ahead of George Kittle on the board. They should go off before Kittle, considering I have Brock Purdy. This guy screwed himself. See, he took Lamar Jackson too early. He started a weird quarterback run. He needed Brock Purdy on his team because he had Christian McCaffrey and Mike Evans. I took Pearsall to give me an out there. So we're going to have to go with a Brock Purdy. It can't even be Tyler Shuck now because they have the same bye week, which sucks. But we'll figure it out. We could take, Mendoza. We have Maserati Marv, so we can take Brissett. So I think it's going to be Brissett. Again, I'm not stacking this tournament too much because the advancement numbers of one out of 5 in the playoffs, you don't need to overstack for those. You just want the best team. But you want to have some stacks for sure. Yep, 2 quarterbacks is definitely ideal. Now, if it's Brock Purdy and, Jacoby Brissett, I'm not really comfortable with that. So it still just feels like the quarterback reaches here, the unstacked reaches we've seen. It's one thing to take a guy unstacked at value. They're taking guys ahead of ADP that are unstacked. Does not seem like a good idea. I would never do that. Hetzer hates the team. I'm going to make it work, brother. I know I only have 1 running back, but my receiver room is bonkers. I have Brock Bowers. So, of course, one of my position groups is going to be rough. But we're going to figure it out here at running back. We have a bunch of options we do like still available. Now, those are more high upside options. And there goes George Kittle ahead of Kyle Pitts. I'm not too worried, Hetzer. I don't know. You shouldn't be worried either, man. Considering we're done at wide receiver now with a really good receiver group of 6, we have so much available to us at running back. Just got to piecemeal it together, man. We have elite tight end. We don't need too much at tight end. We need 1 other tight end. It's going to be a 3 quarterback team with Brock Purdy. And we're going to make running back work. Some really good options available that I don't mind. Jared Goff still available. Kyler Murray. I can take an unstacked quarterback here and make this a pretty good quarterback room. Receivers are actually falling a little bit. I expect them to go off right now. Wandale, Golden, and Dubs all to go off the board. There goes Jared Goff. This guy has St. Brown. Okay, makes sense. There goes Golden. We need one of the Vikings running backs to fall back. I prefer Jordan Mason in half PPR, but you know what? Aaron Jones would not be a bad decision here. Lamar Jackson team takes Aaron Jones. We're really happy about that. We just got Jordan Mason as our RB2. Now, that's not a good statement to say, but with the wide receivers and tight end we do have, feel really good about that. We really want Chris Rodriguez is who we're really shooting for. I think Buddy Man should not take a running back here. He has 4 running backs already, 3 receivers. He'll go receiver. He goes Romeo Doubs. He will probably take Khalil Shakir or Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker is my personal favorite of that bunch. Shahid's great too. So you have a lot of good options at wide receiver. We still have Kyler Murray available. Wow. I'm taking Kyler if he falls. And we'll stack up something later. Or unstacked. Doesn't matter to me. We can always reach for Malik Willis. Not reach, but get Malik Willis the next pick. So we'll see. This guy should take Kyler. Like, he definitely should take Kyler. But we'll see what he does. If he doesn't, I'll take Chris Rodriguez. He does not take Kyler. So let's take Kyler Murray at really nice value here. 14 picks after ADP. So now we have one goal. It's the running back room. I want Hockenson on this team for sure to correlate with Kyler Murray. We just got Mason. There's some correlation there. Not ideally. Doesn't catch passes very much. But we have a nice spot for Hockenson in round 14. So the next 2 picks have to be running back. And there's some good options here. It's going to have to be a 7 running back team at this point. So we're only going to go with 6 receivers. We've already decided that. It's going to be a 2 tight end team, probably a 2 quarterback team now with Brock Purdy and Kyler Murray. This could be an 8 running back team. I don't like doing that. I much prefer to have the bigger wide receiver builds. When I wait at wide receiver, I'm fine with 9 to almost 10 wide receivers sometimes. 9 is about right. But 7 running backs is perfect for this team. I'm also a lot higher on Judkins than most. Like, I think he's a running back 1, especially in half PPR. I think he's a top 12 guy. The very minimum, a top 14 guy. The fact he's going running back 24 is the biggest joke. I mean, the guy averaged 19.7 touches a game last year. And that was with, missing all of training camp and OTAs and preseason. Like, he was not ready for the NFL in terms of schematically. Running back's an easy position to play, but this is fucking wheels up for Judkins. I don't care about how bad the offense is. I think Judkins catches 40 passes this year too. So, guy I'm really, really high on. Yeah, you already have 2 quarterbacks, right, buddy? So, yeah, there's no reason for you to take. The thing is, there is a reason, Mike, because the value was just too good. Like, it would have been, I got him 14 picks after ADP. It would have been 12 picks after ADP for you. At some point, though, you have to separate that and go what's best for your team and not worry about letting value fall to others. And luckily, this guy takes CJ Stroud over Kyler Murray. I understand he probably has Nico. Yeah, he has Nico and David Montgomery. Not good business, bro. Like, you could have had CJ Stroud the next round. All these teams have quarterbacks. CJ Stroud would have still been available, most likely for him in the 12th round. So, Dallas Goedert's falling. I don't need a tight end, though. He should go off for me. So, yeah, every team has 1 tight end in front of me. They should take him. If not, no big deal. I just need running backs. I need running backs to fall here. I got 3 names in my queue. I'm happy with any of these 3 guys at this spot. If they all fall, if I get 2 of them here with my next 2 picks, I'll be really happy with this squad. Okay. Keaton Mitchell. I don't like Keaton Mitchell this year. But if I'm going to play the ADP game and what's most likely to happen if I want one of these other 2 running backs to fall back, we have 4, 4, and 3. So I'm going to make the bet here. I'm going to play the ADP game. I'm going to take Keaton Mitchell. We need one of these next 2 running backs to fall back. I think there's a chance 2 running backs. I don't think 3 running backs get taken in the next 6 picks. There goes Woody Marks. So that kind of fucked me. But Buddy has 4 running backs. They're really good running backs. He doesn't need another running back right now. This team at the turn has Bijan, Kyron, and Swift. That's a lot at the running back position. He doesn't have a lot of receivers. He has 4 receivers, so he needs receivers. He should probably go receiver. He goes Charbonnet, which is great. Thank you for that. He should not go running back here. The fact this guy takes Woody Marks gives him 5 running backs. And he only takes Algier. Okay, so he's taking handcuff guys. This guy should not take. I need Pacheco here. Now it worked out perfect. We got Pacheco. We got Keaton Mitchell. I have Pacheco and Woody Marks ranked ahead of Keaton Mitchell. But if I took Pacheco or Woody Marks there was no way Keaton Mitchell would have been available. So I would have been out of luck, right? I would not have gotten Pacheco. So I got 2 of the 3 guys I wanted. It worked out there. Running back room is still not great. It is Quinshot Judkins, Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell, and Isaiah Pacheco. But those guys will all have roles. Mitchell's a fucking home run waiting to happen. Pacheco, I think, is going to have 150 touches this year without an injury to Jahmyr Gibbs. And, maybe a handful of touchdowns, 5 or 6, just based on that offense. Again, Isaiah Pacheco is not going to have a David Montgomery workload. He's not going to have a David Montgomery goal line share. That'd be insane to say. He's going to have, 70% of David Montgomery, I feel like. Worst case, 50% of David Montgomery. That's still a valuable player where he's going to be drafted. And the elite upside of the handcuff aspect of Pacheco is I thought they would have brought someone else in because they're not paying Pacheco very much money. I thought Najee would be on the Lions by now. I thought, we're still waiting for the shoe to drop there in with the Cardinals with Trey Benson and Connor. I think Trey Benson's going to get cut. That would be a spot. I think Trey Benson's a better fit with the Cowboys. That's my guess, is Trey Benson goes to the Cowboys. Or he goes to the Packers. I think the Packers is a great spot for Trey Benson as well. Or James Conner, whoever gets cut. But it appears that the Lions are comfortable going with Pacheco and Gibbs. And if that's the case, Isaiah Pacheco is one of the most underrated players this year based on where he's going. And I like Pacheco even more in redraft than I do in best ball. I'll have Pacheco on every goddamn team. So, we have plenty of options up in 5 picks. We're done at wide receiver. Team is working out for us, boys. Anthony likes this team more than the last one. I think Pacheco should be going at pick 130. Like, realistically, 130. Like the Chris Rodriguez range. I know Rodriguez is probably he's definitely more playable. I want him week to week more than I want Pacheco because he's probably the 1B there. Where you call Pacheco the 1C because he's not really a B. All our guys are available here at running back. And because how big the tournament is, I want to take Tank Bigsby. If this was a puppy, I'd take Tank Bigsby for sure. Or a Best Ball Mania because Tank Bigsby has that elite upside. But I want to solidify the stack and solidify my favorite player here, TJ Hawkinson, pair with Brock Bowers. So now we have, it's just 1 stack each. But again, I'm not stacking too much in this tournament. Now I'm good with stacks enough to win, to at least advance. I'm not going to win this tournament with 2 stacks. Not going to happen. It's 125 final seats. I just want to get into the championship here because it's a $12 tournament. If I can get 80th place, I don't know what the payout is in this tournament, but it's got to be pretty decent for 80th place. And, who knows what could happen. It could be 60th place, 40th place. Who knows? But I just want to give myself a real shot here. And with the running back room I started with how it fell with Judkins and no running back till pick 10, might get Tank Bigsby here, guys. And that gives us some nice upside, some really nice upside. I could take Samson for safety when I had Judkins. Let's go Tank Bigsby to really give us that elite upside. Pacheco and Bigsby both are league-winning players if there's an injury or even for a couple weeks if it happened to be in the fantasy playoffs. We're making this running back room work, guys. Judkins, Mason, Mitchell, Pacheco, and Bigsby. The receivers are bonkers. Puka, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison, Jordan Tyson, and Ricky Pearsall. I could maybe take a 7th to correlate. I could take a Deshaun Stribling, right? I could take Christian Kirk with the last pick. That's probably what I'll do to give my team just a little bit more flexibility for the stacks. But we need another running back for sure. We're done at tight end now with Hawkinson and Bowers. We're done at quarterback. We're going to dive into Kyler and Brock Purdy. So we're good. Hell yeah, Jonathan. The Derek's promo code where we grade his teams was like, how did he get Bowers in this team? The team looks so good. I got to get that promo code put into my shit because the Derek does draft the go-to teams. So let's read off the running back room one more time. We have 5. I think 7 is ideal. So 7, a 2-7-7-2 build is really perfect for this team. Judkins, Mason, Keaton Mitchell, Pacheco, and Tank Bigsby. So 2 more guys that I trust that'll get some work that have some elite upside here. Dylan Sampson's still on the board. Dylan Sampson is 8 picks after ADP. I would have taken him where I was at, but Bigsby was there. But, yeah, that kid is back on the escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
And Sampson finally goes. Pick 180. Pick 180 for Dylan Sampson. Stribling off the board. Feel like that was a little early for Stribling. That's fine. I'm fine with Christian Kirk. I need 2 more running backs here. Sean Tucker, Ray Davis, Mike Washington, Braylon Allen. I need 2 of these guys. You know what? Actually, nope. I just got it. Jordan James. I would reach on Jordan James 1 round to get another correlation with Brock Purdy. I truly do believe Jordan James is the handcuff there for CMC. I know Kaylon Black was way overdrafted and has higher draft capital than Jordan James. And I understand that Jordan James is a more of a grinder type player. He is going to maybe get the short. I don't think anyone's getting the short yardage work over CMC, but Jordan James is a good player out of Oregon. He is a good pass catcher, and he would be the one-to-one replacement for CMC. You know, he's not going to get those snaps, those touches, that efficiency, none of that. But if CMC goes down, if you give Jordan James, let's say it's a 60-40 split with Kaylon Black, and Jordan James gets 60%, he's an RB2. And the correlation that I have with Brock Purdy makes a lot of sense to get him on this team. I have not been drafting him a lot because, again, in best ball, I know like uncertainty and upside are hand in hand based on ADP. But we need to probably pay attention to Jordan James because that's a valuable ass role. Even if it's a 50-50 timeshare, like 50% of the Niners backfield without CMC is like 70% of other backfields because Kyle Shanahan's a kingmaker when it comes to running backs. So we're going to go, what's the buy situation? Let's go Ray Davis here, and then we'll pop up Jordan James ahead, and then we'll take Jordan James, and then maybe we'll take another Niner. We'll take Christian Kirk with the last pick. And actually really somehow they're weak stacks for sure. We have Ricky Pearsall right now as our only stack with Brock Purdy, but Ricky Pearsall, Christian Kirk, and Jordan James. It's a weird team for sure with stacks, but let's get that. We have not taken a wide receiver for 7 rounds, 8 rounds. There goes Storey Horton. So we'll take Jordan James. I'm not going to risk him getting taken because there's no I don't need another receiver. It's a luxury at this point for my team. So we'll pop Jordan James right now. And we made this running back room work, guys. It's kind of a fucking random group, but Judkins, Mason, Mitchell, Pacheco, Bigsby, Ray Davis, and Jordan James. Tournament running back group. We're going to take a last wide receiver. No one I want to take with Kyler Murray. We can, let's see here. Tyquan Thornton's an option. Bateman. I'm just putting in guys I like. Keon Coleman. And Christian Kirk's ideal. I think that's probably the play. Maybe that's too much on the Niners' end with how shitty these stacks are, but I think we're making this team work, boys. Making it work. That's what we do around here. Mike Gesicki. This must be a Joe Burrow team. Yes, it is. Can we just, one of these years get Joe Burrow an actual tight end? That'd be working for best ball for stacks, working for redraft. Can we get him a tight end? I wanted them to take like Max Clare or something in the draft, just anyone. But they just keep on running out just Eric All and like fucking Gesicki and just these bums, man. Get an actual playmaker at tight end. Take some pressure off T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. And he's going to be single covered. It'd be great for the red zone. Like they need someone. I know Gesicki's a fine receiver, but he doesn't play enough because they don't trust him in the run game. They don't trust him to block. So it's like Gesicki's a 35% snap share player for a reason. It's not because he's not a good receiver, but like I want a guy that's what Gesicki is as a receiver that can actually block. Like Colson Loveland, I know it's like a pipe dream, right? Because he was a top 10 pick, but Colson Loveland, Tyler Warren, any of these dudes, even Cade Otton, someone that can be on the field, that can be trustworthy. It'd be awesome. Brenton Strange, Pat Freiermuth, anyone that's not named Mike Gesicki. I hope Mike Gesicki's not watching this because he'd be like, this guy fucking hates me. No, I like Mike Gesicki, the player. Just he's an incomplete player. He is not an all-around tight end, and they need someone that can do that. Maybe we take a shot on Tyquan Thornton here. As much as I want to stack up with Brock Purdy, we have 2 stacks already potentially with Jordan James. So let's just take best player available. If it is Bateman, Keon Coleman, or Tyquan Thornton, and give her a receiver room, another guy that can pop. I think that's what we're going to do. That's also a good call there, fantasy football nerd. Like, can we please just get Joe Burrow, full season Joe Burrow? Not just for Joe Burrow, but for us, for T. Higgins, for Jamar Chase, for Chase Brown. Bengals fans have had a rough go. Like, football is better when they have the best offense in football because it's a fucking awesome offense to watch. So let's go Tyquan Thornton. Pick 2. Buddy man. Kind of like his squad, dude. Coker, love Coker. Ferguson, Stower. That's your 3rd tight end. Okay. So we'll do draft grades. What round are you guys in? The bunch of the guys didn't get in this tournament, this draft with us. What round are you guys in? Let's get to draft grades here. And let me share the screen here. Derek is stacking up Lions and Cowboys in the puppy. That's 2 really, really good offenses that you want to stack up. So I get down on that one, dude. All right, Buddy Man's team. This is Mike's team here. We have Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes at quarterback, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jeremiah Love, Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, and Brian Robinson Jr. It's a solid room. Pollard and J.K. Dobbins super safe with some upside there, Brian. Rashee Rice, Luther Burden, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Coker, Omar Cooper, Jalen McMillan, Pat Bryant, and Torrey Horton with Colson Loveland, Terrence Ferguson, and Eli Stowers. I probably would have just been fine with Loveland and Terrence Ferguson. If it was, someone with a little bit more juice than Ferguson that's more reliable, let's call it Freiermuth. I would have probably just rolled with 2. Ferguson's going to be inconsistent. So you might be a little heavy there with Stowers. Quarterbacks are great. I dig it. The stacks are great. Dubs is not a great 3, but pairing that with Coker, I don't love Omar Cooper, but McMillan, solid, Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton. Wide receiver room is the biggest issue on this team. You did go Loveland and Caleb pretty early. So, man, did I take Tyquan Thornton from you, bro? My bad. I'm guessing you would have taken Tyquan Thornton. That is my bad. You had Rashee Rice, though. So I'm going to go solid B on this team. The stacks are elites. The value you got on the Caleb Williams stack. This is a Caleb Williams and Chicago team. So I'm going to go solid B on this team. I don't love the running back room, but Tony Pollard and J.K. Dobbins are so safe. I like the upside shot there with Brian Robinson. And it came together pretty nicely. I think the tight end room I don't love too much with having a 3rd guy there. But definitely down there. Let's get to my squad here. Again, I don't grade my own teams, guys. You got to give me a grade in the chat, what you think. Brock Purdy and Kyler Murray at quarterback. Judkins, Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Pacheco, Tank Bigsby, Ray Davis, and Jordan James. Puka, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison is the 4. Jordan Tyson's the 5. Ricky Pearsall's the 6 with Tyquan Thornton as the 7 with Brock Bowers and T.J. Hawkinson. So we are stacked T.J. Hawkinson and Kyler Murray. We have Ricky Pearsall and Jordan James with Brock Purdy. So this team is not that stacked up. Again, this tournament is weird for advancement rate. I didn't think stacking was that important compared to a puppy or a best ball mania. And also all of my original guys got screwed and got taken. So the running back room, I think, came together okay. I don't like Jordan Mason as my 2, obviously. Judkins, I am comfortable with as a 1. And then Mason, Mitchell, Pacheco, Bigsby, Davis, Jordan James. Like these guys, Bigsby, Davis, Jordan James, what is their weekly output? I don't know. It's okay. For what the wide receiver room is going to be my flex, right? I don't need a flex from running back spot. We have Marvin Harrison and Jordan Tyson and Ricky Pearsall. Like those guys could all be flexed quite a bit. And I'm a big fan of TJ Hawkinson. So we have a B from Anthony. I think that's about fair. There'll be some upside in the squad if the running back room can pop and I get some injuries. And this year we should have some running back injuries. We would hope. Not hope, but you know what I'm saying, like for the handcuff builders. So what's up, Fantasy Dog? We're still on here, buddy. And then Big Sploosha's team picking from the 8-hole here. We have Drake May, Jared Goff, and Sam Darnold at quarterback. Might be heavy at quarterback, but that's a really good room. Kenneth Walker, Travion Henderson, Jalen Warren, Chris Rodriguez, and George Holane. I dig this running back room, dude. I don't love Hendy as a 2. I'm not a big fan. But Warren and Chris Rodriguez, love that combination. George Holane. We have St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Michael Pittman as his 4, Travis Hunter as his 5, Williams, Cooper Kupp, and Mac Hollins with Trey McBride and Juwan Johnson. So this is a pretty unique team, man. Drake May is – you got Travion Henderson. You have Mac Hollins for stacks there. With Sam Darnold, you have Halane. You have Cooper Kupp. Is that it? Am I missing somebody? And then you have some stacks with Jared Goff, right? St. Brown. All right, so stack with each quarterback, 2 with one of them. Pretty interesting team, man. Pittman is a 4 I do like. Travis Hunter, some nice upside. Don't love Cooper Kupp. I mean, he did it for the stack. Mac Hollins, some real big dart throws there, but they do correlate. I'm going to go similar grade to the last team. I think this team's a little riskier. This one has more upside. So B- for me on this squad. I think it's pretty good, but I think it might be a little heavy at quarterback with Drake May. I think Drake May and Jared Goff's more than enough. I would have probably just rolled with those 2 quarterbacks because I do like Sam Darnold's value this year, and I think you had the stacks. It was really good value, 11 picks after ADP. I do appreciate that, but a little too heavy at quarterback, and that's why it's B-. And the bottom part of the receivers is just a little bit rough for me. Now, they could pop off. I think Travis Hunter could be a key to this team, but I just don't believe in it. Again, I love Travis Hunter much more in best ball than I do in redraft, but that's just a wild card. He's going to have to be in your lineup some weeks. I mean, he is your wide receiver 5. It's not even the fact he's your 5. It's the guys below him I don't really have faith in. I mean, Cooper Kupp is relegated to 3rd downs this year, if you ask me. And Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams is there. He should play ahead of him. There's just a lot of stuff going on there in New England at wide receiver. But you know what? Mac Hollins is probably catching 4 touchdowns this year because that's what Mac Hollins does, baby. What round are you guys in? Because we are approaching 4 hours and 40 minutes live. So if it's 2 more rounds, I don't really want to wait 10 minutes to do draft grades. So I can take care of that for you guys in the Discord, though. I'm going to take my dogs out and have a little bite to eat since I am fucking starving. Final round, 1 more. All right, I'll stick around for y'all. Just stretching out a little bit, play a clip, and get them in the Discord ASAP if you could. I'm going to take a quick piss. Mike gave himself a D-. Well, you're in 2, man. Yeah, we'll stick around and get your grades. FF Nerd, I'm going to get to your email when I get off of this. And I'll get back to you. Anthony, appreciate you guys. We're doing grades, though. I'm just saying my thank yous to everybody. Oh, Derek's in a different draft. I see. Mouth. So Roxas Rubin, that is the FF Nerd. Mike and let's see, who else is it? Mike and Anthony, if you guys are interested, have any questions about joining the community, if you dig what we're doing here, the community is the best part of what we have. Not just myself and the co-host, but the chat and the Discord and all the fine people in there. If you're looking to support the show, or looking to get into something new, which this is new, the community, it's a bunch of really smart people, a lot of different tabs in there for gambling and start, sit, trade questions, all that kind of stuff, as well as a bunch of other stuff I offer. It's really cheap, and it's a good way to keep this show going essentially almost 5 hours a night, apparently. Because we almost hit 5 hours, much more than we get off after 2 hours. That's for real. So it is a great time to hop in. It is a little less than 2 months from the start of the NFL season. We have a lot of good stuff. You want to play some leagues with us, best ball and redraft. We have those community leagues where there's no juice, nothing like that, all on League Safe. Free merchandise, the access to the bets. You want to be a guest in the show. there is a lot of good stuff we offer. So if you're interested, it would be amazing. Appreciate everyone's support that's already in there. As you guys know, you guys are generally very, very kind to me, and we need a lot of people to support the show because until we get, we don't have ads. We don't have right now. We don't have a sponsor, so I don't even have ads on my videos. I turn those off because I know I hate ads personally. So I'll sacrifice some of that revenue to make people like more intrigued by the show because who fucking likes watching ads, dude? That shit's annoying, especially if you're listening to a show, even if it's a live stream, you listen back the next day. And in general, in an actual live stream, the live part, like to have an ad go on your live stream, I'm not about that shit, man. So we don't have any of that stuff. All right, here we go. Draft grades. You're not going to be able to see them on the screen because they were not in the same draft as we were. So Mouse Squad, we have Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Kenny Gainwell, Mike Washington, JSN, Zay Flowers, Marvin Harrison, DK, Matthew Golden, Travis Hunter, Debo, and Torrey Horton with Tucker Kraft, Oronde Gadsden, and Pat Freiermuth. This is super light at running back, brother. This is a puppy. Kenny Gainwell as your 3 is okay, but just have Mike Washington in the squad. This is way too light at running back. Like you have literally 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends and 4 running backs. So you had to sacrifice one of these spots. I would have just gone Lamar and Sam Darnold. The Aaron Rodgers, I get you took him because you have DK and Pat Freiermuth. It's stacking to stack when I get it. It's a puppy. But this running back room is just way too risky. I mean, there's Kenneth Gainwell's has to be in your lineup quite a bit. And you're going to have to live with all the bad Derrick Henry games and Josh Jacobs. And they scored 12 points in your lineup. I want a 5th running back. If you had Isaiah Pacheco on this team instead of Mike Washington, who I much prefer, I would have still gone with a 5th running back. So this is too light at running back, bro. I like the stacks you have. I like the team. But I got to go see. A 4 running back team just can't get on board with that. Yeah, my videos I drop out as well. Fantasy football, I have ads on those, but like those don't get a lot of views because I don't know. What did you think, Mal? Do you think that's enough at running back? Like it could work. I mean, it's a puppy, so you got to be aggressive. If Henry and Jacobs stay healthy all year and Gainwell is a 50% contributor to this backfield, even that though, I want a little bit more running back. Like Mike Washington could very well be a 0. If they use Genty 80% of the snaps, which they should. You need an injury to Genty for Mike Washington. Now, if Genty gets hurt, this is the type of team that could win the tournament. So all that being said, like this is just too aggressive of a team for me because I want to advance and I want to give myself a shot. And this team if this team does advance, dangerous team, but just a little too risky for me. A little too risky. Next team here is FF. We have Caleb Williams, Jared Goff at quarterback, Chase Brown, Bashal Tootin, Jalen Warren, Jonah Coleman, Kamara, Emmett Johnson, with St. Brown, Chris Olave, Luther Burden, Jacoby Myers, Stephon Diggs, Shaheed, and Keyshawn Booty, and Laporta, Hawkinson, and Gunnar Helm. So tight end's really strong for you, really strong. I think you couldn't have gone with the week 6 bye thing with Hawkinson and Laporta, made you take a 3rd tight end. I get that. I wish you didn't have the same bias situation, so you could have just had 2 tight ends. But the quarterback room's good. Running back room's really deep, and I like Warren as a 3. Burns your 3. Myers, a little light. I want a little bit more at wide receiver. I need 8 receivers in this team or more capital put into it. That being said, it's in the B range for me because it seems very balanced. Very balanced. Hawkinson's not a mistake because he's awesome. It's just the bye situation is a little bit – that caused your build to be wonky because if you had, let's call it Bretton Strange, who has a week 7 bye, right? Then you wouldn't have that same issue, and you would have been totally fine with Sam Laporta and Bretton Strange, I'm guessing. So that made your situation rough because if you had just had another receiver, Tyquan Thornton, Torrey Horton, whoever else, right? Anyone late, Jerry Jeudy, somebody would make this team more balanced. You'd be in the B+ range for me. But I do appreciate the balance of the squad. Just the extra tight end there is just not ideal. Okay, those are the 2 teams. It was just you 2 in there, huh? So fantasy football nerd knows his shit. I mean, his name is the fantasy football nerd. So what's Derek's on his last pick. All right, I'll wait for you, buddy. What type of horror stuff do you create? Because I'm a pretty big horror fan myself, horrors as well, but horror as well. You could see, can you see it? I got myself my Michael Myers right there. Big fan of slashers, horror, new stuff as well. Not as much new stuff. There's some good stuff out there for sure. But definitely consume. I'm a big movie guy, so that is one of my things. Not like an expert by any stretch, you know, but like in terms of the big three, you know, I know all those movies like the back of my hand. Nerd Space Games on my main channel. Resident Evil, Silent Hill. All right. Yeah, I still play. I play Blackout, Black Ops 4. So that's sick, man. Definitely have played some of those games back in the past, but I'm a monogamous gamer, man. I play the same. Blackout's been out for fucking 8 years now. It's still going, man. We're still rocking Blackouts a couple days a week. So almost 3,000 wins in Battle Royale. I have like 11 more. I'm in a race right now against myself. So I have, let's see. We are currently 56 subs away from 3,000 subs in the channel, and we're 12 wins away in Blackout from 3,000 wins. So I'm trying to wonder which one's going to hit first. I hope the subs hit first because I'm on here 4 hours a night. I only play Blackout 2 or 3 days a week. But that's a good combo, man. One issue that I found and talking to some other buddies that do similar stuff and that know YouTube is having the subs is huge. You got to have a platform and a base. Sometimes the correlation of having subs from gaming does not really transfer over to fantasy football material, but you'd much rather have 50K subs than 50 subs, right? Like having a platform and having in the algorithm also doesn't pick it up when you start doing different stuff. And I had an issue with that because I used to do a lot of movie stuff as well. And those videos just didn't get views because like 90% of my content's fantasy football and gambling and stuff like that. But definitely a start. I would love to. We'll chat, man, and we'll work something out. So, all right, we're waiting for Derek's team. Okay, waiting for Derek's team here, and we'll see what Derek has. Derek's puppy team: Dak Prescott and Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Quinshon Judkins, JCM, Woody Marks, Tank Bigsby, and Ray Davis. Pickens, Rasheed Rice, Jamison Williams, Marvin Harrison, Travis Hunter, Deebo Samuel, Tyquan Thornton, and Keon Coleman with Sam Laporta and Jake Ferguson. So, dude, both tight ends with your quarterback. You have Jahmyr Gibbs with your quarterback. You have Jamison Williams. So 4 stacks there. Is that three stacks with Jared Goff? You have 2 stacks with Dak Prescott. This is pretty great, man. This is fuck you, Derek. Fucking A, man. So the running back room's a little light. JCM's a fine 3. Guys going to get some work. But like Woody, Bigsby, and Ray Davis are kind of the key to this team because you needed some upside there. And I love Judkins and Gibbs. But I like how you took high upside guys, specifically Tank Bigsby and Ray Davis for this team. So this is great. This is a good team. Hunter, Deebo, some nice value there if he signs somewhere. Tyquan Thornton and Keon Coleman. Fucking good team, man. I don't know. B fucking plus, A minus. I mean, it had every build. The build is an A. The stacks are A. The teams you're stacking is an A. If I'm trying to like poke a hole in this team, it's JCM as your 3. But then I told you backed it up really well with your running backs. It's a typical American Sniper Chris Kyle team that is just fucking awesome. So. That's the best team we read tonight. I mean, were you in there by yourself? See, the thing is, Derek builds good teams when he's drafting against 6 of us. You give Derek, I bet he has like 10 grand in an Underdog at this point because the dude just like, well, every team I build's a fucking awesome team. Man, yeah, check out Downtown. It is on 23 platforms, including YouTube now. So give them a little listen, FF, and check them out. It is where sports come home. That's Mouth and Beast twice a week on the YouTubes, on the Spotify, on everywhere you're looking for podcasts. And they're talking about almost everything. Whatever's relevant in the sporting world, you can find them. Guys, we're almost at 5 hours for the stream tonight. We put the time as 3 o'clock in the morning here. Holy shit. What a long night. Tomorrow night, we'll be drafting best ball teams, 10 p.m. Central. Maybe I'll have Big Ray on. Maybe I'll do it solo. We'll see. And then Wednesday, the Chaz is coming on. We're doing tight end breakdown, tiers from Fantasy Pros, their tiers, ECR, tight end landscape. Thursday, best ball. Friday, Nick O is coming on. I got to figure out what segment we're going to do. We'll do something fun for you guys. Maybe a hot take night, something like that. We'll do something awesome. So I'll get back to you in a little bit, FF Nerd. Everybody else, we do appreciate you sticking around for almost 5 hours with us tonight. That is a long, long show. I am pretty wiped. I had a long night last night at the show. So let's reconvene tomorrow night. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys in the Discord. Tomorrow, we'll be chatting there like usual. So thanks to everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you for the supers. Shout out to Mal. Shout out to Derek. All you other guys. Hetzer, you're the man. Love you. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. I'm out.
You just seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you wanted to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right. If you need me, call, okay?